Tes mic 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oke, hello guys, welcome back with my Fedelish, your own friend. So ya, hari kita bakal lanjutin Ghostpia yang dimana tinggal satu episode ya. Yang mana ini kita bakal mendapatkan ending yang nanggung atau enggak nih? Soalnya judulnya Season One gitu. Kalau udah ending, kalau udah beres ceritanya nggak mungkin judulnya Season One. Tapi kalau nanggung, pantai juga, harga udah segini masih nanggung gitu kan. Kayak kita bakal langsung lanjut aja ke game ya. Aku ganti game capture-nya. Harusnya nongol. Ghostpia episode 5. The day I look at her, then saw her. Gambarnya tapi Doro. Ada bakal ada apa ini? I've been waiting in this empty town, always waiting for that certain someone. I've got work again today. I have to earn money. Money is an absolute necessity for any journey. Hello Lord, welcome to the stream. But even without travel expense, it's hard for ordinary citizens to survive. So I work in order to prevent myself from doing something stupid like dying of starvation as I wait. Itu harusnya udah beres Lord. Paling masalahnya either kabel atau monitormu. I work in an office in the corner of a government building that looks like a giant tombstone. As the noon bell rings, I leave the town hall under the pretense of taking a lunch break. As soon as I'm outside, kalau portnya aman ya harusnya. Semuanya harusnya aman. I find a garbage can. Maybe it's a plant pot. I'm not sure either way. There is an envelope attached to it, which I retrieve before heading back to town hall with a nonchalant look on my face. On the way back, atau mungkin ya monitormu kayak nggak bisa nangkep gitu. Kok ini coloknya tapi bisa di laptopmu, aneh pokoknya, nggak tahu dah. Harusnya sih masalah kabel atau masalah monitor ya. On the way back, I visit a seat. Berarti kalau pagi bisa, kalau pagi kayak jam 9 atau 10 gitu. Sebangunnya sih Lord. Kalau bangun habis itu paling ngopi, mandi, nah itu baru. Tadi kan sebenarnya bisa lebih awal, cuman tadi aku main dulu. Visit a city cafe. That's definitely not to my taste. I simply choose this place because it's busy. Jadi ini turn max 54 drill drill itu ya. Yoi. Kalau setelah makan siang nggak apa-apa juga sih om, bebas ya aku mah. Paling aku kalau misalnya besok berangkat awal, mandi, makan, bikin kopi, ambil kabel, udah pergi. Ini kabel HDMI yang Nintendo lagi nganggur sih, gara-gara belum stream Nintendo lagi kan. Kalau stream Nintendo pakai M4 biasa sama plus plusnya apa bedanya jauh gak? Nggak tahu dah ya. Kurang tahu. Aku beli yang M-Drill biasa. Ini udah taruh di atas. Jaga jauh bawa bengmu juga om. Oke. On the way back bla 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 bla, tadi udah sampai mana? I simply choose this place because it's busy. This is where I meet him. He's an acquaintance of mine and a regular at this cafe. We chat. Closer than stranger, but not quite friends. Jaga-jaga bawa sidik jarimu juga po. Oh my god, iya, sidik jariku ketinggalan. His hobby is sketching landscape, so he often show me his sketchbook. Oh iya, tadi sebenarnya kalian nitip pesan, cuman aku lupa nyampein. Tadi kan kalian ngajakin aku CS, cuman aku bilang mau ke tempatnya Lord, rakitin PC. Terus dia bilang, oh oke, nitip salam buat Lord kita katanya. I pick it up. The paper in the sketchbook is quite high quality considering how all of the nation's resources are currently being funneled into the war effort. Siapa tuh viewers ini? I flip through the page and glance through them. Sometimes I give feedback in if any sketch interests me. I return the sketchbook after casually slipping in the envelope I retrieved at noon between its pages. Nobody noticed. The coffee is dim and it reeks of alcohol. He pretends not to notice either as he takes the sketchbook back. Apparently, this is how revolutionaries or whatever operate in this country where political power is overly concentrated. Though it's not like I've got any interest at all in revolution. Lama-lama nanti POX datang ke tempatku. Aduh, ngapain dah? Harusnya udah aman, cok. Orang udah nyala semua, udah kecolok bener kok. Palingan masalah kabel atau mungkin monitormu. Ada bahan lah kalau kesono ada tempat singgahan. Are you sure you don't want to leave this town? I'm sure you could go anywhere you want. There's no need for you to share your destiny with a town like this. You've got the freedom, don't you? The man speaks. In my opinion, he seems to have way more freedom than I do. I give him a fake smile as I get out of my seat. He's a few younger than me. He's young and charming, yet he doesn't try to use his power for himself. Boleh kalau mau berkunjung. Masih banyak minuman di sini, waduh. Minuman dan ini ya, apa namanya? Kue-kuean ya. Minuman sarang burung, sarang burung walet. That said, I was younger than him when I started waiting for that certain someone was an I. Mencari jejak Lord X. Lord X siapa, cok? And thus, another day comes to a close. I head back home. The salary is a pittance, so I'm earning slowly but surely. Ini siapa, by the way? The ordinary days continue. Work. Break envelope. Even after I've gotten used to retrieving the envelope, I'm still too nervous to eat my bread. Coffee, talk with him. He has been looking pale lately. This continues forever. Before I know it, the season have changed. But is it a different season in the same year? Or a different season in a different year? Buset, sampai dia lupa time masa udah waktu ya. When I reach out to retrieve the envelope, someone grabs my hand. The secret police, I've never seen them before, but I recognize them immediately. A gunshot. The secret police officer falls. It's him, holding the gun. Not the person I'm waiting for, but him. I take his hand. Diriku besok juga masangin VGA kawan gitu. Masangin 1060 ya. Gampang lah 1060. 1060 aja nggak pakai 8 pin kan, bro ya. Halo Poseva, welcome to the stream. We jump onto a train and watch as the townscape fades into the distance. And then a bomb drops. Maaf ganggu, aku dipanggil piaraanku. Oh my god. Onto the town where that certain someone was supposed to come home to. Let out a fat laugh. Panjang umur. Oh itu maksudnya Lord X. Oke, loading. Kopi dulu aja, lupa minum ya teman-teman. When the image fades out. Oh, dia nonton bioskop ceritanya. When the image fade out, and the credits start rolling, I remember that this was a movie. a buzzer ring, and we slowly get up from our seats. My brain still feels numb. That was a straightforward plot, huh? The actors were fairly good, so it was worth a watch. The cinematography was beautiful too. They choose good filming location. Halo Monitip like, oke bubuk, welcome to the stream ya. Thank you udah mampir. I think I get what you're trying to say, but it was still boring as a movie. What do you think, Sayoko? Well, I kind of spaced out, so... Wait, where's your? Oh my, she's asleep. That girl, she must have just been that bored, and I agree with her. Hey, don't say it that bluntly. It wasn't an interesting movie, was it? I absent-mindedly watched as Pacifisa tries to wake up your... There's an old movie theater on the edge of an amusement park on the outskirts of town. Itu mobil yang tadi dipasang lebih dari satu SSD atau HDD, Gom? Hah? Satu SSD kok? Yang tadi bisa dipasang. Oh, bisa dipasang, bisa. On the edge of an amusement park on the outskirts of town. That's where we are right now. Inside a dim box lined with dense carpet, Drance, itu satamu banyak yang kosong. Satamu banyak yang kosong. Slot max-nya berapa? Sata banyak. NVMe masih bisa satu lagi. Satanya masih banyak itu. Satamu belum kepake sama sekali. Inside a dim box lined with dense carpet. Sata tuh yang mana? Yang masih dicopot itu? Bukan. Kata itu beda lagi. Biasa ditempel lagi dia, Lord. Ada tempat tempelnya. Saranku sih buat palingan kalau mau nambah HDD dulu aja. Inside a dim box lined with dense carpet, drenching the smell of popcorn. Karena HDD SSD-mu udah 1 tera, udah cukup, paling nambahin di HDD. Halo VDDKK, halo Bro Pipi, welcome to the stream. Kata Pale ini sih lebih bagus ada backupan HDD. Iya, mending HDD. Kata HDD juga boleh. Iya, HDD aja. Cuman ya nabung dulu. HDD nggak gimana kok, harganya santai aja. Lagian juga nggak butuh-butuh amat, itu kayak kalau ada uang lebih aja, Lord, nggak usah jadi kayak prioritas banget. It's kind of place I just forget about until someone mentioned it. But it looks like it still gets some business. But welcome to the stream ya, Bro Heli. It's the last screening of the day, and yet half the seats were full. It's mostly elderly ghosts, but there are few young ghosts too. Ada 1 TB, kedua TB nanggung ya, Fed. Betul. Langsung gaspol ke 4 TB, anjir. Kalau 1 TB ke 2 TB, iya nanggung. Tapi jangan langsung ke 4 TB juga dong. Buat apa? Kalau SSD mau mepet baru beli juga boleh. Buat nyimpen data. SSD buat nyimpen data nggak begitu gimana sih. Nggak begitu valid sih. Mending HDD. 4 TB kulihat 1 juta. Ngapain banyak-banyak Lord HDD? 2 TB udah cukup banget. 1 TB malahan udah cukup. 1 TB malahan udah cukup HDD. Karena yang bakal kamu pakai terus nanti SSD. HDD buat simpenan aja, buat nyimpen sesuatu gitu. It's the last screening of the day, and yet half the seat were full. It's mostly elderly ghosts, but there are few young ghosts too. Kan buat backupan kalau HDD. There's a group of girls around our age. They cheerfully leave their seat. HDD ku kadang dipakai kawan buat nebeng install game. Oh, ini ya, biar dia nggak perlu download ya. Yang penting sistem operasionalnya di SSD, betul. Tapi game juga ngaruh sih buat load gamenya. They cheerfully leave their seats as they share their opinions of the movie. The noisiness would normally disrupt the pleasant aftertaste you feel after watching a movie, but it also reminds me that there are girls like that even among the ghosts in this town. I guess you can find girl like that everywhere. Game sekarang kalau bisa di SSD sih, betul. Makanya kan aku bilang, ADD-nya 1 TB aja atau 2 TB dah. Kalau misalnya mikir nanggung nambah dikit bisa dapat 1 TB lagi. Nggak usah 4 TB, cok. 4 TB buat apa aja? I don't really mind since I wasn't too invested in that movie anyway. Opening gue kalau main game online kompe, masalahnya si Lord Taco ini bukan player game kompe ya. But if I were invested in it, I want to grab them by the back of the necks and hurl them out of the theater. Bangin fatconku nebeng install AC3 plus biar nggak usah download nanti kan internet speednya lebih bapuk daripada transfer data lewat HDD. I start to think about how I would catch them all without letting any of them escape. But I stopped myself. That's not what we are here for today. We didn't come here to watch the movie. We came here to see a certain someone. As for why we watched the movie anyway, I guess it was to kill time as we wait for his person's shift to end. In any case, the movie's not the main reason why we are here. We are here to see the movie projectionist. Kapan tamatnya? Ya iya tante, besok. Kalau gitu SSD aja yang 2 TB sekalian. Lah, kan dia baru beli yang SSD 1 TB. Nanti aja, cok, ngapain banyak-banyak. This projectionist is, according to Anya, the most lit engineer in town. Ini aja SSD ku cuma 500 GB. Since they are both engineers, it makes sense they would know each other. I think it's weird for the most lit engineer in town to work as a movie projectionist, but I guess there's not necessarily a correlation between what you are good at and what you do for a living. Yes, see. In any case, Anya suggested that this lead engineer could help us achieve our dearest wish of breaking through the snow desert and searching beyond and maybe even discover my home country, which may or may not exist. Ever since you arrived, we've been a little distracted with job searching and fighting against the church. But now that thing seems to be calming down, we've decided to resume our activities. You could probably say that we are at peace. Wow, udah damai ya. Astonishingly enough, whenever we walk around town lately, people greet not just Yoru, but me as well. Kita mulai diterima ya sama masyarakat ya ceritanya. I'm starting to remember the faces and names of more and more ghosts, and can even call a few of them my acquaintance now. Berubah nih sifat kita. Though obviously, I'm a little more cautious about people suddenly opening up to me. What with the whole Renja thing and all. Oh, speaking of Renja, he was apparently both an influential manufacturer and broker of one of this town's guilty pleasure. Pacifisa praised me for my accomplishment of cleaning up the town. Halo Maldo, welcome to stream. Kenapa halo, ha? Kenapa, ha? This whole progression of event has brought me out of my comfort zone for sure, but I'm still glad about how things have turned out. I need to remember to thank Anya properly for setting things up today. That's what I think to myself as we try to deal with Yoru as she cozily mumbles in her sleep. By the time we head into the movie theater lobby, it's deathly quiet. There is not a soul talking, and the carpet even muffles the sound of footsteps. It feels like my ears have been blocked, as if all sound have been blotted out. It looks like all the other moviegoers are already moved on. There's nobody in the box office, and the concession stand light are off too. We're the only one in the movie theater. Actually, scratch that. There's probably still people behind the scene, but it's an odd feeling being alone in a place that's usually bustling with people. It feels both exciting and dangerous. Ada benernya sih, dangerous sih harusnya sih. Karena tempat yang biasanya ramai tiba-tiba jadi sepi, anjir kosong gitu, sendiri malah. It gives the place a fresh charm. It's like a school building at night. I take a deep breath and let my imagination run wild. Behind the shut door to the theater at our backs, they're showing a real movie to their real client. Whenever we are not around, they do something real that we don't get to see. Our idea of common sense is a sham. The real world happens behind this wall while we go out about our days blissfully unaware. I feel my nose prick up, a shiver rise up my spine. My palms break out into a cold sweat. I've been entranced by the charm of the movie theater. Sayoko? Anya's voice snapped me back to my sense. We're gonna meet up at the rear entrance. That's where the employees leave from. Okay, let's go. When we leave the lobby, I look over my shoulder one more time. Udah dibom belum? Gak ada dibom-bom ya Om Aldo ya. Cuman misil nyantol doang, kagak dibom. Pasti bisa ask if I've forgotten anything, but I frantically shake my head. Why did I look back? Do I just like movie theater? Kau bersihin dalam CPU-nya pakai apa Om? Dalam CPU-nya? Dalam case-nya. Dalam case-nya pakai kuas. Kemarin katanya mau dibom. Gue kan mau dibom, ada misil. Dia pakai mulut kocak ditiup ya dalam casing. Gitu. Pakai kuas manual. Isopropil Om. Tak kok biasa. Isopropil ya. Pasti bisa. Oh kira dalam CPU. I've forgotten anything, but I frantically shake my head. Why did I look back? Do I just like movie theater? Kuas makeup tuh tahu. Malam-malam kan biasanya jam 3 jam 4 aku streaming jadi Fedelish. Do I have some sort of special memory at the movie theater? We wait outside the theater in front of what appears to be the staff entrance. As we wait, the light shuts off on the movie theater's signboard and employees start leaving at interval. They all look startled when they see us. I guess it might look out of place for a group of girls to wait by the staff entrance of a movie theater after hours. Each time a new ghost comes out of the door, the three of us look at Anya. Yeah, kenapa look at Anya? And each time, Anya wordlessly shakes her head. Is that the one? Nope. This must have happened at least 10 times. A smallish man appears from behind the door. He's short, thin, and has the same red hair as Anya, but his skin is literally pure white, which only makes his hair seem all the more vivid. He's a delicate young man who looks like he's never won a single arm wrestling match. None of the other employees has had this much trouble opening the door. He makes it look like it's as heavy and sturdy as the door to a bank vault. Anjir. I can't help but hope it's not him. I don't know what it is about him, but he just seemed obnoxious. The three of us look at Anya at the same time. I can't speak for anyone else, but my eyes say something like, "It's not him, is it?" Instead of answering us, Anya calls out to the man with a somewhat surprisingly cheerful voice. Yo, Alec, you're as huge as ever today. Maybe twice as big as yesterday. No, nice one. I'm bigger than you though. I can hear Pacifisa take in a deep breath beside me. When I turn her way, I see her taking a step forward and speak up with a customer service smile plastered onto her face. Nice to meet you. You must be Alec. Anjir, namanya Alec ya. And Pacifisa bukan pakai Alex. Ini Alec. Jadi ini biasa orang-orang yang bilang demi Alec nih. We've heard about you from Anya, so we came here to meet you. Thank you for sparing us your precious time. Afterward, I brought you some sweet from my friend's store. They're delicious, so try some if you would like. I can smell a sweet scent coming from the paperback in Pacifica's hand from all the way over here. And yeah, it might as well be poop in that bag. The way Alec goes ugh and as he reluctantly picks it up. Yeah, he's obnoxious. I hope you find them to your liking, Alec. Ha 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 ha. Alec lets out a dry laugh. Alec itu yang di skin yang dipengenin bocil-bocil skin FF. Itu mah aluk gak sih? Aluk gak sih? Apa alak? Alec lets out a dry laugh. I can tell his forehead sweaty despite the frigid temperature. Alec trembles and mumbles as he talks. I've got a bad feeling about this. But lady, Pacifisa, I'm shocked you will call me my nickname upon our first meeting. You truly are a lady with the accomplishment of 10 and the connection of 100. I'm the kind guy who is shocked when a stranger calls me a nickname, but it doesn't even faze you, huh? That's amazing. Pacifisa let out a groan. Alec is short for Alexei. Oh, namanya Alexei. That's his name. I guess I should have made that clear, huh? Awkward silence. Everyone present is uncomfortable. Nice to meet you, Mr. Alexei. You can call me Yoru. That's Sayoko over there. She's a ninja. Oh, and I'm the doctor at the psychiatry stand. My hobby is doing this and that with Sayoko. What do you like to do, Mr. Alexei? I've heard the rumor, Doc. It's probably obvious to you that my mental state is in shambles, but please don't get on my case. I can't be healed. And as for hobbies, I've got none. I'm just a boring man. Your shrieks. I hear you excel at engineering. Isn't that right, Anya? This guy is a genius, I guarantee that. That's a lie. There's a ton of randos out there as good as me. I'm just the closest one within your reach, right, Anya? Whenever I look at this Alexei guy, I get a strange irritable feeling. Yeah, the way he speaks is obnoxious, but somehow, even his look are the visual equivalent of Neil Anjir. Sayoko, this guy, seems like he's in serious need of some counseling. I completely agree with you. Lucu banget sumpah ini visual. Yoru deals with a lot of patients like this. They all look older than their age, but act younger than their age. And the dissonance between their appearances and their behavior irritates everyone around them. These people fuss over even the most trivial of mistakes, and even if you do something good for them, you don't appreciate it. In fact, they even find some way to berate you. They can't control their own nature, so the ones that comes to Yoru for help are the ones that at least recognize that they can't control themselves. When I see them, it makes me wonder if I'm like that too. I mean, they don't even notice their own accursed disposition. They don't understand themselves. If you're lucky, you might find one who thinks something's weird about themselves, but that's it. In other words, I might be like them and just not know it. It will suck. I wouldn't want others to think of me like that. Even thinking like this makes me feel like I'm putting myself a step above them. Even thinking like that feels disgusting. I'm just not good with this sort of people, and I haven't even spoken a word to him. It always ends up like this. Everyone disgusted whenever I talk. I'm trying to be a nice guy here, but I just don't get it. This sucks. Damn it. Let's just get to business already. Say, why don't we go to a cafe to talk instead of talking outside? Nah, I'm good. An otaku like me will disintegrate in a cafe. Otaku, that's another arcade word word he has used. It refers to someone who would rather be alone with machine, games, or a comic than interact with other people. Maya, the term otaku originated in my home country. It's not a race or a clan or anything, it's an ideology. I suppose you could say that otaku are people of culture. In that case, fine, let's talk here. I heard you can help us. Yeah, that's right, Alexei. Sure, we've talked about this before, but I want your expert advice to help us reach a breakthrough that I can't reach with my skill alone. You'd ask for help from a smelly otaku like me. I'm flattered. It might be hard to believe, but I do want to help you ladies out if I can, that is. Oh, thanks, Alec. But you see, I'm a little preoccupied. Basically, I need to finish my current research project first. Yeah. How long will this research project take? I don't know. Do you have a rough estimate at least? It will take a long time, I can tell you that. But I don't want to pretend I know something that I don't. That's why I said I don't know. You can hurry that just a teensy bit? You could also multitask. As if we, otaku, are traditionally single tasker. That's news to me. Why are we in such a hurry? We ghosts have an infinite amount of time. If waiting will solve a problem, why not just wait? If you can't wait, you can just ask someone else. And don't expect so much from me. Alexei mumbled something under his breath as he locked the staff entrance behind him. Suddenly, Alexei let out a voice as if he had just realized something. What's wrong? It's nothing. Whenever I ask someone a favor, it never turns out pretty. You say it already. Be gone, evil spirit, be gone. Alexei tinkered with his watch and suddenly a thin blue membrane expand around him, knocking Pacifista back. What's the big idea? Don't spook me like that. You're the one who spooked me. What's with this bubbly thing? It's my portable otaku guard. Proc, anjir. Portable otaku guard. Proc. Bisa gitu ya? Serve you right. You won't find this much strange at this small a size anywhere else. Your whisper. This is starting to get kind of exciting. I nod back. I can certainly see why Anya places so much confidence in Alexei's engineering skill. That's what I think to myself as yours secretly gets pumped up. He does have a taste for weird things after all. Cut it off this instant. No, he'll just get mad at me. How can you tell I'll get mad? Because I'm gross. Females have always thought that I'm gross. So I can tell you will be mad even without you having to say anything. You can't just judge total stranger because they are women. That's exactly why they hate you. Pacifista picks up a shovel off the ground and charges at the what was it called again? Proc. That portable Otaku guard, I want one. Anjir Yoru. Dia pengen pok anjir. Anyway, Pacifica start hammering away at the heavier with the shovel. Each time she hit it, it lets out an unpleasant low frequency sound wave, and eventually the barrier outlines start to fade away. Stop. This thing's power output is still unstable. Hey Alexei. What? Even if you've made a shitload of bad first impression with women, this is low, even for you. That is how hopeless I am. You of all people should know that. Hey, no need for the attitude, you know? Are you stupid? Look, I'm an otaku, and whenever an otaku talks to a female, he just wants to die. That's how we are built. I don't know if you can even imagine this, but I feel so sick right now. I'm a woman too, you know? Anyway, you just had an idea how to speed things up, didn't you? Out with it. You shouldn't keep it to yourself even if you think you should. Damn it, so I was thinking you could help me finish my research. My research has hit a deadlock, see? That's why I said it will take time, but if you help me, it will speed things up. I'm almost certain of it, but who will want to help me to help someone like me? Don't beat yourself up like that. Why wouldn't we help you? Anya, unusually talkative, and Mr. Alexei seems to be somewhat open with her. It's a refreshing contrast. Anya usually the passive one, so she always seemed like a different person. Mr. Alexei turned off his box and fell silent. He just need to tell us his thought. But why does he need so much time to concentrate? Though I guess it's unfair of me to think like that since I'm with friends and we outnumber him. If I were in Mr. Alexei's shoe, I'm sure I will hesitate to speak my thoughts too. He's probably cursing himself for letting out that earlier. Even I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I hate this. Pacifica, it's not until I say that I realize I had even opened up my mouth. The words just start flowing out by themselves. Well, we can just let Mr. Alexei think things through and get his answer on a later date, can't we? I see, says Pacifica as she folds her arm in consideration. I'm sorry, Anya, but can you ask him again tomorrow or some other day? Oh, I don't mind. If Anya's going, then I've got no objection. We chat a bit more for a while until we settle on Anya coming back the same time tomorrow to hear his answer. Ooh, I'm not used to this sort of stuff. It particularly pains my heart to make Anya ask for me. Okay, that will be it for today. Thank you for giving us some of your time after work. Loh, ada Anya lah. Ini udah sampai chapter terakhir, Lord. Dari chapter 1 mah udah ada Anya pirang ini. And with that, I turn around and take a step back toward town. Hey, wait. Oh, what is it? If you have more to say. Mr. Alexei firmly interrupt the fed up Pacifica. Not you, the ninja. Can I help you? Or are you trying to patronize me? When I turn around, Mr. Alexei takes a step toward me. Sensing the unrest in the air, Anya clicked her tongue. Not at all. When people patronize me like that, it just makes me feel all the more ridiculous. Tapi memang game Fufian ya dari awal, betul. Tidak ada puzzle-puzzle, tidak ada movement apa-apa, tinggal pencet-pencet aja. Apa namanya, di store page-nya sih tulisannya ini ya. Kalau di store page-nya sih tulisannya atau di description-nya ya. A movie you can read on PC gitu. Di description store page ya. I think so too, which is why I'm not trying to look out for you. I'm just cold and want to go home. You're just saying that as an excuse so that your friend will praise you later and you can feel good about yourself, aren't you? That disgusts me. Mr. Alexei's face is fully flushed. He's taking heavy breath in and out, wheezing hard. Your next line is, I totally get how you feel, isn't it? Tapi ini kalau belum beres ceritanya tergolong mahal ya, anjir, buat cerita nanggung Lord. Ini 100 lebih ya, anjir. I had to get how you feel. I also kind of get why you get aggressive about it too. It's exactly because I get it that I get that I shouldn't say I get it. I get it. So if we flip things around, you're saying that you get how I feel then, right? Please stop. You think you know anything about me? Disgusting. Ooh. Mr. Alexei let out a weird sort of groan, but he's smiling. That fits as fuck. Multiple ending gak? Harusnya enggak sih, karena ini kita bener literally klik doang Lord. Tidak ada optional choice. Harusnya nggak bakal multiple ending dong. Masa nggak ada multiple choice tapi bisa ini bisa multiple ending? Tidak mungkin dong. I don't know what savage as fuck means, but Alexei chuckles after he says it. You don't have many friends, do you? Maybe not. Anyone without many friends is a friend in my book. What? That's my personal theory. Fine, I'll show you the goods. Come with me to my lab. This time, Mr. Alexei turned his back to us and trots off. His shoulders shiver, and after a few steps, he stumbled. Yuri gave me a smile and a thumbs up. That guy is a pain. I agree with Pacifica's grumble in the silence of my heart as Anya helps. Mr. Alexei get up and we follow behind. Anjir, baru opening cok. Panjang juga intronya. Tapi udah segini ya. Tapi harusnya nggak multiple ending juga guys ya Lord, karena ada kata season 1 nya. Ini aku pakai season 1, aku ambil sesuai judul gamenya. Ini di store page kalau kamu ketik bener-bener ini yang di aku taruh judul Lord. Bukan pakai titik 2 season 1 gitu. Bayar mahal cuman ya. Anggap aja kamu nonton bioskop bayar mahal cuman buat duduk doang. Gitu gitu duduknya sekali doang lagi 2 jam. Apa kau? Kamu ngomong apa? If you weren't expecting much from my lab, then hurry up already. Nunggu season kayak Walking Dead gitu kayaknya. Tapi kalau Walking Dead season 1 udah beres ceritanya Lord. Cuman ada lanjutannya lagi aja. Iya gak? We're standing in front of Mr. Alexei's house. From the outside, it looks it looks less like a lab. Emang bayar buat nonton film? Siapa yang bilang mau buat main game lah? Kalau aku bayar buat main game gimana? And more like a boogie villa. Since it's located close to the amusement park, perhaps it was indeed originally meant to be an expensive vacation home. But fine, never mind. Mr. Alexei almost looks tearful as he holds his hand out the needlessly huge keyhole. The moment I wonder if he left his door unlocked. I hear an electronic phone followed by the get honk of a heavy lock turning. Oh, was that a biometric lock? Nah, you can't trust something as easily fakeable as feign recognition. Simply pass. As feign recognition. Simply pass. So I just implant a chip in my hand. It's pretty convenient, anjir. I've never forgotten my hand at work. And you can't exactly steal a limb without flipping it off. You hear that? Alec is a genius, right? He's trading a fine line though. Jadi kapan kita ambil lagi Om Aldo? Aku mau melihat Franco. The door opened. The light turns on automatically, and a moment later, the air in the room gets pleasantly warm. I guess the heater turned on. We stand in front of the entrance as we look at the interior of the room, which is as showy as the exterior. This way. Sorry about the mess. What mess? This place is so clean and stylish. You will expect a gentle housewife and boisterous children to come out and greet the man of the house. It's such a stark contrast to the image of the homeowner. What a nice house, huh, Sayoko? If only our place had this much space. Do you live alone, Mr. Alexei? You two are pretty much the only ghosts who live together. Everyone else live alone. Oh, I didn't know that. This is my workshop. And damn it, I knew it. Why must you do this to me, God? The workshop is that appears to be a remodeled kitchen and dining room. Unlike the rest of the house's beautiful interior, it's the only disorderly area. Mr. Alexei quickly runs to what was most likely a dining table that has been remodeled into a large work desk. How much has gone back today? I'm left wondering what he's talking about as he starts screaming at the ceiling. It's one step forward and 3 steps back. Way too much has been disappearing lately. No, don't tell me. Not the bowls too. It's a jumbled mess now. Guru gimang dulu oke lord. Selamat amimir. Mr. Alexei landed as he rummaged through what appears to be a pile of parts left on the work desk. The module looks okay, but where's the cable? Is that gone too? How could this happen? So what exactly are you making? Isn't it obvious? How is any of it obvious? Okay, what if I did this? Mr. Alexei strikes a V key on a nearby computer keyboard. Whoa! A translucent woman's head starts floating mid-air. The spectacle has so much impact. I unconsciously pull out the gun and just barely manage to stop myself from pulling the trigger. Calm your tits. It's just a hologram, a 3D projection, anjir. Calm your tits. Temen rame bang emang iya Kevin. Kamu nggak bisa lihat live view-nya sekarang 2. Rame apaan Kevin? By the way, welcome to the stream ya Kevin ya. What is this? Is what I want to show you today. We all fall silent for a moment, as if to search through our memories. The head does seem familiar. A girl with a faint smile. Is not fully grown up, but if you stare at her for long, you'll get a glimpse of a mature woman. Something about her seems to hide some inner darkness. Have I seen this girl somewhere before? I can't say since I don't have many female friends. She's attractive at the very least. She's pleasant to look at. Oh, the movie. She was in the movie. That's correct. Those words permeates into my head the way the sweetness of rock candy permeates into your mouth when you're tired. It's like I've been waiting for it. But on the other hand, I've got a bad feeling about this. Was the girl in the movie his project? Isn't she wonderful? I mean, I guess. But she's only in the movies, right? Indeed, she's nothing more than an image caught on film. She has no substance. In other words, she's just an illusion. But what if I could make her real? Wait, so Alec, you're trying to make this chick? No, that's not it at all, Anya. Good, I thought you had gone away off the deep end for a second. I'm just deploying her into the shitty world. Oh boy. What do you mean by deploy? He means make, but with a fancier word. Not at all. I thought of all the shitty women in this town, at least you will get me. To make her would be to simply create something in her image that will act like her. But what's the point in that? Yeah, what would be the point in that? What I want is to ascertain each and every one of her function. either abstractly or concernedly, and deploy her into this world concretely. So, not just in spirit, but in body too. That's what this project of mine entails. And what? Not with her, obviously. You see it all the time in anime, don't you? Every day, she will wake me up, eat meals with me, and welcome me home. Anjir, wibu banget tuh orangnya. Ini tipe-tipe orang yang nikah sama anime beneran ya. And sometimes we might argue, but I'm sure he'll enrich my life overall. Everyone gasped at Mr. Alexei. No, let's just call him Alexei. He's lost my respect. He has lost my respect. I'm thinking she'll be like a maid living under my roof. I've got godly taste, don't I? I've even drawn clothing design. I would love to get some females' opinions on them. Long skirts are the best, aren't they? I'll bring up the design. And with that, Alexei starts typing away at the keyboard, but Anya frantically stops him. Well, whatever. I'm sure you've all come to understand the loftiness of this project goal, so I'm sure we all come to understand it. Understand it was a mistake to come here. Iyalah anjir. Wow. Anya suddenly groaned in pain. Asipi stopped pinching her butt. I look at her, figuring she will enjoy seeing something like that, but she has instead looking at Alexei with a sidelong glance. It seems she didn't hear Anya. Well, in any case, I totally understand how Pacifista feeling right now, so I won't stop her. So, I'm not sure there's anything we can do to help you out with this project of yours. That's right, sorry, but I'm not good with technical things. We can take Anya off of our hand, so go ahead and use her however you please for the rest of her life. Hey, you don't need any technical literacy. You don't even need any literal literacy. My request for you is simple. You just need to follow my direction with knock, which will be done in no time, and I can start tackling your request. I'll even do it free of charge if you help me out. That's just how valuable your cooperation is to me. This is starting to sound suspicious, but fine. So what exactly do we need to do? You ladies just need to look carefully and closely at both my work and at her. Strategy meeting. We would like to request some thinking time. Approved. At Pacifica's command, we all gather in a corner of the room. Oh, sorry guys for like everything. That guy's messed up in the head. But what he's doing is incredible. Yeah, he's always like that. Nobody can keep up with him in more ways than one. But his engineering skill are the topest of the top notch. He can single-handedly do stuff that I couldn't do even if there were 999 of me. So you will do something that grows if... No, I don't think I will ever do anything that grows no matter how many of me were and there were. It's only an eccentric. Just so you know, I can hear you. Fuck my life. Say, Alexei, what do you mean when you say you want us to watch you? It's not like you want us to make sure you don't fall asleep at work or anything, right? Well, Alexei's eyes sparkle. The sparkle of a prideful engineer. But it's probably for the same reason as when he went off earlier. We all can't help but put up our guard ups. Ghost capacity. That's just what I like to call, but you know what I'm talking about, right? There's a limit to how many things we ghosts can have. Once things go back to the garbage dump, you have to pick them up again. Yeah, of course, we know that. The hole in the ghost pocket. Isn't it called the bottomless ghost bag? Is it? While things may disappear, they should last for a while as long as they are replaced within your territory and you keep their existence in the back of your mind. Both Pacifista and Onion nod. I nod too, due to peer pressure before realizing, oh yeah, that's right. With the exception of the bare minimum, my belongings quickly disappear too. Alex makes it sounds like you are guaranteed a certain extent of possession, but it feels a little different in my experience. I think the reason things feel more natural to me lately is that now that you remove it, we share our belongings. Also know that I figure out gunshot wound and other injuries count as belonging. I've actually been finding it pretty convenient sometimes. I've never paid any special attention to it before either. Never, ever, not even once. However, Pacifista lets out an agonized groan when Alexis screeched mid-speech. He's too detailed, the sheer volume of information necessary to imitate God's creation of man is far too much for our ghostly bodies, it seems. Ah. Alexis casually picks up a part of the scattered heap on the work desk. His eyes seem filled with a deep sadness. No matter how I assemble her part, no matter how I code her personality presentation program, part of her disappear if I take my eyes off her for even a second. It's probably a random what parts disappear, with the bolts and the entire skeletal structure disappear this time. So she's incomplete, and I can't show her body to you ladies. Fuck my life. Alex explained in an oddly dramatic tone, but I can feel his calm enthusiasm as he tries to convey the objective truth. We're not normal, we are human that live. We only call ourselves ghosts for convenience. We don't actually know what we are. If you ignore the fact that we've been excluded from the phenomenon known as death, then it certainly seems natural to call us ghosts. After all, we can survive in sunlight. Intuitively, it makes sense to think of us as ghosts, or at least ghostly. Her falling exceeds my capacity as a container, so I just need to prepare a new container. Perhaps she can be contained if there are more ghosts to perceive her. But when you mix in the fact that there's a limit to what we can possess, that intuitivity start to falter. So once again, my request is that you ladies watch as I assemble her. I'd prefer if you slept in shift. That's all you need to do. You wouldn't add storage to the computation, right? For how long? It probably won't be done in a single day. You'll need to take a few days off from your job, that's for sure. Even if we are not ghosts, we are some sort of ghostly creatures. I'm sure the other aren't scared though. I mean, why be scared of ourselves? We are not here to prosper. We are not here to expand. We are just here to exist. This won't have any negative effect on our bodies, will it? I'm a little scared. That's why I asked an odd question. I want to distract myself with some talking. There may be some negative effect, I will admit. If you are scared, just sleep through the whole thing. Alexei might not know this, but I've had that sort of experience before. I do feel that it's somewhat difficult to acknowledge new things. But there is no point telling him right now. Tumben rame bang, iya rame banget satu live view. That's not what Sayuko's saying. She's not scared of working with you. She's scared of you. She's looking for a reason to decline. I'm just telling the truth as close as I see it. Even when you're telling the truth, the tone, attitude, and syntax you use to tell it makes all the difference, you know? You must have failed your public speaking classes. Just hearing the phrase public speaking classes feels like a punch to the gut. I'll do it. I don't know if I can do it well, but there's no harm in trying. Oh, you will? I mean too, you've definitely gone off the deep end this time, Alec, but as a lowly engineer, I'm intrigued. You know, my presentation was flawless. These girls are just softies. I wouldn't pat myself on the back for the presentation if I were you. Anyway, since Anya trusts you, I intend to trust you too, but I don't trust you enough to take time off work. Pacifica is talking to Alex, but it didn't sound like she's actually directing those words to us. Someone needs to watch for danger outside, while these girls are preoccupied. You also don't know if the church will try to pull something either. It seems like Pacifica acting nonchalant to melt away my looming anxiety for being separated from her. Or maybe she isn't. The world doesn't revolve around me. That would be Amber's. Thank you. Don't worry about it, we're just dividing the roles. Well, Yoru, looks like it's the three of us. I'm nodding. Okay, for now, we'll have to put our out notice that you're on break from... Wait, what did she say? I feel shocked, like being struck on the head. You will think Yoru will be the first person to be excited by the sight of this stupid thing. At first, I think Yoru messing with me, but when I look into her eyes, I see serious. I said I'm not. And why not? Because I don't want to do this. I'm merely confused by Yoru's calm rejection. She's usually overly expressive, so when I see her say that, without a single change in her facial expression, it instantly throws my mental stability off balance. What's wrong, Yoru? Does your stomach hurt? My bowel movements are perfectly regular. I see. Good for you. We prefer us not to ask why? Well, yeah, I guess. When I notice your frown, it makes me feel a little bit of relief. Views taruh berapa duit bang? Kenapa setara duit anjir? Kenapa harus setara duit, Kevin? That's because it lets me know he's not making this decision lightly and he does feel at least a little guilty. Lagian di sini mana dapat duit sih? Kalau nggak lewat donasi, nggak dapat duit sama sekali, cok. Kalau nggak dari donasi, I know it's not healthy to be happy about you feeling guilty, but I need to accept the fact that I'm the mean sort of person who will feel good about something like that. I think it would be dangerous to set up shop by... Ini belum bisa AdSense, cok. Sure, if you're not going to be around, then I'll take a break off work. If you're going to take a break, then why not stay here with me? No, I don't want to, sorry. Yoru makes that face she makes every now and then. No, it's okay, it's your decision, Yoru. I'm not good with this sort of situation. I really should press her some more. But what will it be? Sayoko and Anya will stand watch, Yoru and I will pass. According to my calculation, we should be plenty, it's a deal. And thus, Anya and I end up helping the strange man named Alexei with his challenge. Masa YouTuber nggak ada dapat duit bang? Iya dong. Sayoko. Good luck. Thanks. Kenapa sih Yoru? There's a lump of anxiety lodged in my chest. I never pretended to know everything about her, but this still comes as a bit of an unpleasant surprise. Iya, jadi pasti surprise banget, cok. Alex truly is skilled at engineering, which is why I think he can help us further our goals once this is done. I'm also interested in Alex's insight about ghosts. There is so much I would like to ask him when we've got the time. At the very least, that's what I keep telling myself as I try to find a way to justify my decision to take on this job. But the fact that I have to look for justification is perfect and of itself that I'm unsure about this after all. I meet up with Anya in the same old plaza with the same old sights, minus our psychiatry stand. After all, we are closing up shop while the duration of time at Alexei. Yo, wait, Sayoko, where's your luggage? Anya asks as she carries a big bag. In my coat pockets, I've got a handkerchief and a gun. The bullet disappear. I'll have to make up for it by aiming real good. Oh, good luck with that. Wait, shouldn't you at least bring a change of clothes and a towel? I've been thinking. Huh? Is it really necessary to shower and change clothes? You're starting to sound like you're. You think so? Good thing Pacifica's not around. You'll be all like Bargle Gargle. Bargle Gargle? Yeah, Bargle Gargle. We talk as we walk. It feels weird since I will usually be working around this town at this time. It's like going to a hospital instead of school when you're sick. It's especially weird since I only started working this recently. I guess I've adapted to worker life before I know it. It was probably a gradual, day by day process. I recall my conversation with Alexei. I can feel my face heat up as I do so. Why did I act proactively? I couldn't bear watching it. I wanted to do something to help, but was that just because I thought I was in a position to help? Help? Me, of all people, with my social standing? I think those thoughts to myself as we approached the amusement park. We were here last time, but it's operating hours right now, so there's cheerful music playing with decorative light shining in the night sky. It's kind of extravagant by this town standard. Anya, have you ever been to the amusement park? Yes, I've never been there myself. At least, I don't think I have. Well, I've been there a number of times, but I didn't have much fun though. Why not? The amusement park itself is fine, but the problem is the customer. Do they have bad manners? Well, it just feels like they are at the amusement park more to look like they're enjoying themselves rather than to actually enjoying themselves. That's how it feels. And shiver down my spine. Shiver. Shivers my timbers. I see. I think I got you. It must be annoying to be surrounded by people like that, huh? It just feels like people like them look down on people like me. I don't want to be in the same place as them, you know? Anya speaks bitterly. I never really thought about it, but I guess that sort of fact social hierarchy exists in this town too. Maybe as a foreigner, I'm just excluded from the pyramid entirely. Sorry if I asked something I shouldn't have. No, it's fine. Anyway, those people don't make sense when they talk. They are so damn boring. But I'm sure they find me so damn boring too. Anya gets her hat back in the game and readjusts her back that had started to slip off her shoulder. I'm not good with the whole female bonding things, like going to bathroom in groups and gossiping and stuff. Girls who can't get into that sort of stuff end up with no choice but to join group of guys, don't they? Oh. I respond with a fact. It's been a long time, I think, since the last time we've talked about interhuman, or rather interghost relation. It makes my heart start to clench. I suppose we can only really talk about this sort of thing when it's just the two of us. Anya and I keep talking about somewhat complicated topics as we walk down the path. I'm so glad we can walk together like this. But when you join a group of guys, when you have to deal with romance and all that poop, so it will be even poopier, I'm so glad I've got you girls. Anya says that with a smile. It's a somewhat awkward forced smile, but it's kind of cute in its own way. It's an almost devilish smile. I could see why a group of guys wouldn't be able to leave her alone. I considered smiling back at her, but I'm so awestruck. I decided not to. We passed the amusement park area and approached Alex's house. It definitely felt like its way to a fancy house for Alexi to live in. Though I suppose the fact that he lived in it all by his lonesome does fit him. If Yoru were here, she might call this a sleepover. Oh yeah, Yoru. The more I think about her absence, the more depressed I get. I guess I just shouldn't think about it then. A sleepover, huh? I doubt it's going to be something that fun. So do we just sit and watch? If I remember right, that guy doesn't lie. So I'm sure that's really all we need to do. It makes me feel kind of guilty if that's really all we are going to do. I fidget as we stand at Alex's front porch. At least we'll have lots of free time, you know? Anya rings the bell. Something starts rumbling inside the house. Then Alex shrieks. I smile really. I'm sure he'll ask us to do something else sooner or later. I guess there's no point worrying about it. So basically, at this point, it's our third day at Alex's house, and I haven't been asked to do anything else even once. I've just been watching. I watched as Alex and Anya work on the project. I watched over the assembled part with Anya while Alex is away at work. And when Alexis got back, I watched the machine and sleep. I really have just been sitting and watching. I don't have to worry about anything since I don't have to do anything. This would probably be hell for the type of people who need to be moving constantly. But actually, I'm an expert at doing nothing. It's not that agonizing for me. For some reason, I feel like I've gained weight. Can ghosts even gain weight? I don't know. I kind of miss Euro and pacifism. It's a little frustrating when your work and your pay don't seem to match. It's rough when you have to work hard to earn comparatively little. Like Euro did way back when. But conversely, I'm finding it rough to do basically zero work to earn a lot. I figure I could clean the room. Not that I ever clean my own room, but that big barrel-shaped cleaning robot goes around the room automatically a few times a day. Apparently, this robot is to thank for the house almost eerie cleanness. It's not like Alex is secret and neat freak who obsessively clean his house. For some reason, that's a relay. This cleaning robot is pretty well built. Using some mysterious technology, it hovers a little bit off the ground as it sucks up dust with a whirring motor sound. For bigger masses, like when Anya spilled her sugary coffee on the kitchen floor, some even got on her clothes, so she had to change them. The robot extended a mysterious arm to mop everything up. I think that was just before bedtime the day before yesterday. As I match the machine smoothly pick up the trash, I murmur, I want one for our place. Anya comes out of the shower, drying her hair with towel. It seems like she heard me, so she started talking about the origins of that machine. Alexi and I made this thing together due to an annoying customer request. It had to be made from the ground up. So Alexi asked for my help. Well, it was mostly Alexi work, and I just helped. Contrary to herself, derisive words, Anya sounds pretty proud of herself as she talked about the cleaning robot features. That incredibly powerful armor vehicle we tried to lift sound in. Apparently, this cleaning robot uses the same power source. Unlike a battery-operated machine, there's no need to charge it. It's more powerful too. So, will this thing explode? Maybe if I had made it, but well, Alex is amazing at hardware. He's actually a software guy. Software master. meshes perfectly with the hardware specification and has complete control over the generator current state. Software refer to programming and hardware refer to the mechanics, right? Oh yeah, I'm kinda gross, aren't I? I'm just flat on and on about technical jargon, like an otaku. You're normal, Anya? No, even better than normal. Anya smiled gently at my words. It almost feels like it's not even Anya I'm looking at. Oh, iya, Anya beda di sini. If only. Thanks. Is it because of her flat, wet hair and pressing gown? Wait, what was I just saying? Recalling memories is a good way to kill time. You could try to see how many details you remember. An ambiguous part can be supplemented by extrapolating what you remember from adjacent memories. Alright, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. Yahoo! My memory recollection is solidly drowned out by some strange voices. What happened? Take a look. Look at it. Before I know it, the pile of parts on the desk has become what appears to be an atomical model of a skeleton. This is probably her skeleton, I guess. The right arm is the only portion that has part with some flesh on it. Probably not actual flesh. The exposed metal bones of the finger slowly clench into a fist and open again. It repeats the cycle a few times. It's moving, huh? Oh, what a beautiful rock and paper. It sure is something. It's not just that it's moving. It's that it hasn't even ever been this complete before. The skeleton usually falls apart before I can assemble it. The nerve connection gets severed before I notice it. My hypothesis was correct. Thank you so much. What about the internal software? That's going by favorably too. There's no missing data so far. I don't know what will happen once I increase the volume of the data. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem now that we've established a solution to the problem that has been plaguing me this whole time. Was the most crucial aspect of the whole project. I'm happy I could be useful. You weren't just useful, you were a lifesaver, haha. Alice starts rolling on the floor, laughing. I almost tell him not to do that since the floor's dirty, but I stop myself. The floor in this place is freakishly clean after all. Mr. Alexei? What, you want to give it a try too? No, not that. I was just wondering about this thing. It's not a thing. Sorry, why are you trying to make her? Because I can. No, wait, let me put my thoughts in order. Oh, no, you don't have to think so seriously about it. I'm thinking, don't talk to me. Oh, come on. Why do I have to feel this way? Reg, I look to Anya for help. Anya stick her thumbs up and make a cutting gesture across the throat with it. I smile really. Thanks goodness, it looks like I've got the right idea and does. But why are you trying to make her? Because I'm curious to know if God will allow my desire. God? You're talking like a member of church? He's a believer. Yes? He's got some differing opinions compared to the priest though. I guess he's more of a heretic. You could say that. The scientist is like a sort of clergyman who wants to get closer to God's wisdom. That's what I think at least. Bener sih. Emang scientist kadang pengen mendekati God's wisdom sih. Bener. I thought it was common sense that people like Alexei will be realists who don't believe in God. So I'm a little confused. But now that I think about it, when we first asked for Alexei's help, he did easily agree despite saying it would take some time. He was probably thinking proactively of how it would benefit others. It's a little late now, but I can't say I didn't sense there would be an ulterior motive to his seemingly good intention. Since God made us in His image, I'm curious if He will allow us to create something in our image. Honestly, I had my doubts, but that's changed now that we are here. I thought I had reached a dead end, but I was wrong. This was a trial to see if I could climb the barrier. Alexis stands in front of his computer and presses a button. She stopped clenching and opening her fists. What I'm trying to implant is a perfect artificial intelligence that copies the mechanism of the brain. A self-conscious reproduction of us that won't control the population or hijack missile interception system, and is neither dumber nor smarter than us. If every part of the copy works properly, this being will have true consciousness, and while I don't even want to think about it, if it gets struck by a car, it'll be torn apart, and that consciousness of her will be lost for eternity. Does this idea remind you of anything? Hit and run. That's not what I meant. Then what do you mean? Yeah. A chill breeze blows underfoot. No, wait, we're indoor, so it's probably just my imagination. As soon as I perceive that words, my spine shudders, and I start finding it hard to stand. An eternal, wakeless sleep. Ignoring the final destination of the soul, the body decays, and those left behind can do nothing but remember the departed. Now what does that sound like? You mean? Yes, just like a human being. Our blueprint, our origin, the ones that live, died, and become memories. Those who YOLO. Can we who have been removed from death create death? Oh, interesting. Alex's voice trembles. Is how much does this guy believe in God? And is how aware is he that what he's doing is highly blasphemous? If my creation has a self-awareness, does being aware of itself count as being perceived? And thus, can it exist indefinitely without a third-person observer? Yeah, I was a little curious if we had to keep watching even after she was complete. True, a consciousness that only exists if it's constantly observed sounds like a hassle. I feel sorry for the owner of that consciousness. Anjir, jarinya 4. Kurang atuh bro. Nggak ada kelingking. If she has a consciousness, she can possess her own object. So if I can successfully mass produce her, it can be used as a town storage system for resources, knowledge, culture, and everything else you can give them, enabling major expansion of the town. Wow. Assuming God will permit it. That is, we are here thinking about things because, of course, there's stuff that God will permit it. Are you aware of the theory that God has banished us into the night as punishment for our sins? For our sins? What sins? That's just what the church says, Sayoko. Lots of people have different opinions. Some of them are kinda interesting too. One time a customer came in wanting a chainsaw repair. And as the boss worked, the customer said that this town is a prison. A prison. Yeah, the prisoners here are all various scoundrels who can't be placed in ordinary cell, so they're hypnotized into thinking that they are ghosts living in this snowy town who can't be awake in the day. The reason they never die is because their sense of time has been tampered with. No time has actually ever passed. You and I are actually old men who have committed heinous crimes apparently. That's kind of scary thought. I try to imagine myself as a giant man in a prison uniform who thinks he is me. There's a prisoner who thinks he's Anya and a prisoner who thinks he's Aliski, and what he's actually making is just a mud bowl. Wow, way to rip off the church sin theory, lol. He said there were several prison guards hiding among us for surveillance, and he was going to murder them with a chainsaw, I guess. What? That's some customer you got. Well, we did call the police on him, so that's that. Police? What's that? Ninja is? Anya laughed as if Alexis had said something funny. Alex's shoulders shake up and down too. I guess everyone in town agrees that the police doesn't really do much. Anya says, well, I guess they work just about as much as I do, and then continues. According to an acquaintance of mine, this is a theme park. A theme park, like an amusement park. Yeah, according to the acquaintance, there was a war, and the country and that lost had their population almost entirely wiped out by a missile, leaving no trace of their culture or language. Oh, so it's another scary theory. Ya kan aku juga mikirnya gara-gara mati, gara-gara si missile. A missile, huh? I see. The country that won came to recreate their action later and created something of a memorial park at the missile impact site and created animatronics robot that imitate the personalities and language of the dead, leaving the device to their own devices as a reminder for a generation to come of the people they had wiped out with their own hands. And we are those robots. Right, we are set not to recognize when a visitor arrives, and we are forced to sleep for after hours maintenance. What we think of as mourning isn't actually mourning. And so, the weird list of names written on a missile is meant as a memorial of the victim who died. The prisoner is in my imagination turned into robot. I imagine Alexei with exposed, somewhat rusty metallic joint. As we told, there are kids on a societal studies field trip watching us, anti-war, pamphlet in hand. There must be some sort of real-time automatic translator translating our words, and the kids just go, huh, as they listen, not quite understanding what we are talking about. We keep talking under the mistaken impression of having been granted our own consciousness. That's the kind of thought that they keep you up at night. Like, maybe people can hear my thoughts. That kind of thoughts, a paranoid fear that you can't prove either right or wrong. Whoever thought of that must be amazing. Actually, I'm the one who thought of it. Amazing. You might think I should like that chainsaw man I mentioned, but it's a pretty solid theory, don't you think? I even tried to address why we have to sleep in the morning, and why certain things go back to their original state. I would say you are more talented than you give yourself credit for, Anya. Anya slapped me on the shoulder. I was just bored before, that's all. Thinking about things to talk about is a pretty fun pastime. Hello Nepu, welcome to the stream. You know, I mean, why not? I'm free to come up with my own theories, aren't I? Yeah, I guess so. So, lots of people like into a conspiracy theory. I'm sure a lot of them find your role was suspicious, awfully suspicious too. The church looked dark away before, didn't they? I hypothesize that they were afraid of mass hysteria instigated by such conspiracy theories. Is Yoru that important? True, Yoru was being held captive under what seemed to be the pretext and protective custody. In fact, he was provided with a warm room and a huge ham. He was treated so well, he didn't even seem aware of the fact that he was being held captive. And then there's the priest's tone of voice. He's afraid of Yoru, but it seems like there was more to it than it. That's right, I talked to the priest, didn't I? I must have been real nervous, since the more time passes, the more details seem to sink into the back of my mind. I can only just barely make out a rough outline. Was I alone at the moment? I don't know, I feel like someone else was there. Where did she come from? And why did she come here? There are certain things that about her that definitely separate her from us, aren't there? Are you talking about Yoru? Yeah, doesn't it bother you? Not really. Yoru's never brought up her origin, and I've never asked about them. Why not, I wonder? I think I get it. Well, I guess I never really wanted to ask Yura since she's the same as me. The same? Yura and I both foreigner who came from the outside. I faculty recognize that this town isn't where we originally meant to be. But I've never really thought about it beyond that. If somebody asks me where I'm really from, they'll probably throw me for a loop. I don't want to make Yura feel the same way by asking her the same question. Yeah, I don't remember my past. It sucks to be asked about something you don't remember, you know? So, what's the difference between me and Yura? I'm an outsider in this town, but it doesn't look like I just suddenly appeared here like Yura did. The church didn't lock me up either. For as long as I can remember, I've been waking up and sleeping in that room. I don't remember having to look for housing like Yura did. They're the same, but we different. I see, that definitely sounds like you, Sayoko. You think so? If it were me, I would be curious. I would start hurling a barrage of questions. And you would use that as material for your next epic tale, huh? Hey, cut that out. You know, I've never really thought about it, but maybe it's okay for roommates to know at least that much about each other. I don't really know that much about Yura. I'm sure the world is full of things that people just won't talk about and won't talk about unless asked properly about them. Maybe Yura is just waiting for me to ask her question. Maybe not asking her anything makes me untrustworthy in her eyes. And to be an even more useless roommate, here I am, spending night after night at some strange man's home. No, it's not like that at all. I'm sure Yura is interested in talking. As soon as I decide to ask her as soon as I get back, I start to look forward to seeing her again. And thus, I grow impatient and the wait becomes excruciating. Tututututut. Yang terakhir. As I worry about your development proceeds smoothly. The flesh and the soul develop concurrently, and they constantly act on each other. With that declaration, Alexei spent half his time tinkering with the part and the other half typing at his keyboard. The motion thus advanced from the right hand to the left hand, and then from the upper body to the lower body down to the toes. It almost looks like it happened in fast forward. It really makes me feel awestruck at how far science has progressed, like brainless spiders, except without the imminent danger. A single man is single-handedly carrying out a project to recreate a human in the comfort of his home. Has culture really progressed that far? Can a human be recreated as easily as a somewhat intricate hobbyist diorama? Actually, on a second thought, Alex is just an outlier. But if he's this skilled at engineering, why does he work as a movie theater projectionist? Maybe it's just because all ghosts seem to be somewhat reserved when it comes to work. Alexei decided that today will be her first outing, but out, in this case, just mean out in front of the house. Now that the full body unit task is complete, he wants to install a temporary personality file and check for any movement issues. I push her on a cart. Her black skeletal frame is exposed, her head crudely replaced with a speaker. It looks less like a mock human and more like an uncanny art piece. Jadi pakai speaker, cok. Alexei moved the test up ahead of schedule to today since the snow just so happened to stop, thereby minimizing the risk of damage to the parts. Okay, let her down over there. I let her down from the cart as instructed after Anya and the cleaning robot sweep away the snow at the designated location. I As previous instructed, I insert a cable into the port on the back of her neck and hand the other end over to Alexei. I advise you step back a bit. There's no guarantee that there won't be any malfunction. She has got some ridiculous horsepower, and you never know if an arm will come flying off. Alexei plugs the cable into a laptop and starts typing away on the keyboard. Okay, good girl. Easy. Easy does it. Here we go. Beep beep. Beep pop. A sound reminiscent of a very primitive computer rings out, presumably from her temporary speaker hat. A few seconds later, welcome to Park. Strangely enough, it's a friendly old man voice that rings out. What park? I didn't catch the name since it was covered with noise. Just enjoy your day. If you need any help, just call me, Mr. Brewer. We've got fun games to play. The Bubble Corporation has a limited time sale on. What is this? It's probably a robot routine for amusement park or a shopping mall. I bought it from the salvager. It should be perfect for a motion test. Huh. Salvagers. I miss them. I wonder how are they doing. They weren't bad guys. Mr. What's his face? What his speaker? Slowly takes a step forward, then another in an awkward walk cycle. With each step, the attached cable gets tighter and tighter until it snaps off, but it doesn't stop walking. God, that wasn't a power cable. I think it's more like charging or data cable. It should be basically wireless outside of charging. I mean, there's not really a point in a robot that can't move without a cable, is there? You've got a point. The more the robot walks, the more stable it will cycle becomes. The robot then waves its hand at each of us and start jumping up and down. Her body comes equipped with all standard functionality, but she'll be able to run software made for other machines using the same standard out of the box. What do you think? Amazing, right? Just say amazing. Amazing. Hahaha. I think I'm starting to get used to talking these two. Whenever Alexei says something incomprehensible, Anya gives me notes to help me respond properly. None of us are the type who hate silence. There's no need to awkwardly look for something to talk about. This isn't bad. Sayoko, Anya. I turn around so quickly it's embarrassing. There's you running this way from the telephone pole over there. You came here to see us. She must have been lonely too. Either that or she's run into some sort of problem. Or maybe she found a new partner and came to hand me the divorce paper. Anything but that. Long time no see, you too. A familiar girl is running alongside her. I didn't notice her because she was in your shadow. Clara, what's that thing with you? My whole body freezes over and my legs go numb. I realize my right hand in my pocket, unconsciously gripping my gun. I catch Yoru in my arms when she runs in for a hug. Yoru? How have you been, Sayoko? He hasn't been bullying you, has he? I'm fine, what's with the girl behind you? I ran into her along the way. She said she wanted to see you, Sayoko. Along the way? Yeah, I just ran into her along the way, no other reason, honest. I'll even treat you to dinner if you can't prove otherwise. It's not like I was accusing you of anything. Look, I didn't go out of my way to see her, okay? Have you two already gone that far? Sayoko and I are both going steady. What are you talking about? Don't make things confusing. My body still feels cold, but I will probably be okay. It doesn't seem like things have changed in my absence. Wow, how cute did you make this yourself? Oh, jangan lupa minum ya teman-teman. Yeah, this girl hasn't changed either. Yeah, this is indeed my creation. Wow, amazing. You must be genius inventor. I wouldn't go so far as to I call myself a genius, hahaha. Why do you guys go gaga over a girl like that? Beats me. Clara is just as Clara as ever today, demonstrating boundless energy that's so unbelievable. It's kind of gross. She keeps letting out cute noises at random. Can I play with this robot? As long as you're gentle. Nice to meet you. I'm Clara. I'm an apprentice nun at the church. My hobby is talking with people and helping out in any way I can. Clara bows. That reminds me, she bows me too. Huh. I've known her for longer than I thought, unfortunately. Hello, young lady. Would you like to play a game with blah? Let's play the blah 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 game. Oh, a game. Let's play. Alright, since you're a robot. Clara rummages through her bag and takes out some sort of can. Here you go, a drink for robot. What is that? That is a can of fuel, pretty expensive one at that. It's used for generator and motorcycles. Is that really a drink for a robot? Of course not. Can't drink without a mouth. Wait, she shouldn't even walk around with that thing in her bag. That's dangerous. Iya, tiba-tiba ngeliat Loli ngasih kayak gituan, kocak juga. You're to herself. Clara is waiting for the robot to take the can of fuel and drink it like it's a can of soda or something. Well, feel free to drink it to commemorate our getting to know each other. Beep. A robotic buzzer instantly causes the relaxed mood to tense up. Hostile behavior detected from the gray lifeform in possession of hazardous material. The possession of hazardous material in this facility is a direct violation of the Anti-Terrorism Act. All defensive measures are now permitted. Hey Alec, the hell is that? I don't know, I didn't write this personality routine, but I think I've got an idea. Please quickly state your 9-digit national identification number and repeat it. Maybe it's a shinobi. I've only ever heard rumor about them. What the fuck? Doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, can you explain? There's an urban legend that hidden among the general purpose companion robots at malls and convenient conventions. There are a certain number of shinobi robots programmed to seek out spies and kill them, like a sort of secret police. Kill a robot, that's not good. You gotta stop it. I repeat, please state your national identification number. It's too late, damn it, security robots aren't consumer goods. They are military grade. You don't want a terrorist hacking something like that, so they're completely shut off from external command. I'm only able to get the keys of what Alex is saying, but I guess the machine has identified Clara as a terrorist and is about to attack her. Why didn't you notice it before you activated it? How was I supposed to know? It was an imposter routine. Damn it. Looks like shutting it down won't be as easy as turning off a computer. You idiot, don't shoot. You got any better ideas? This is your final warning. Please state your national identification number. I'm sorry, how do I apologize? Activating defense routine. Have a safe day. Oh. Sumpah nasib Loli kita di sini kasihan banget anjir. Pertama ditembak, kedua ditipu, ketiga kemarin ditusuk anjir, jadi ditusuk sama robot anjing. Sekarang tangannya dipotong anjing sama robot anjir. As soon as the robot finished talking, she used her metallic left hand to knock the can out of Clara's hand. Actually, let me rephrase that. She wrecked Clara's hand so hard she can't even hold the can anymore. Her wrist is bent at an unnatural angle. Bukan bent lagi gak sih? Ini mah udah putus gak sih? The robot then reached for the Clara neck with her right hand. Kasian banget anjir. Clara suddenly goes quiet, probably because her neck has been crushed. The robot then dangles her in the air. Error, weapon not found. He, or rather the shinobi, speaks as his left hand clatters. He was probably intending to finish Clara off with a standard issue weapon usually installed on the left arm. Oh, come on. I kick its clattering left arm. Ow. But man, is that thing hard? I guess I should have expected that since it's basically an iron pool. I shake my head and try to regain my focus. Weapon not found. Terrorist backup detected. Weapon not found. Looks like my effort wasn't wasted. At least Shinobi lets go of Clara. Thank goodness Alexei didn't install any weapon. In fact, it doesn't look like Shinobi even realized it's not in the body it's supposed to be in. While it's repeated, error statements are annoying, they're also kind of sad. I'm not terrorist, but come at me. The Shinobi responds by letting out a static roar from its head speaker before tearing up some fallen scrap metal, brandishing it like a sword. Whoa. The speaker-headed killing machine raises its rudimentary sword as it launched at me. It's hard to believe it's made of metal based on how light its movements are. But what's not light is the way it swings. That thing's down. I wouldn't want to get hit by that. Sayoko! Anya tossed me a road sign that has been cut off at its base. In fight like this, the longer reach, the better. I swing wide and parry the shinobi swing. Come at me. Whoa. I carefully ward off each and every swing. It may be fast, but it's nothing I can't keep up with. But more importantly, in hand-to-hand combat with human or rather a ghost opponent, the advantage goes to whoever had the most endurance and stamina, but I'm up against a robot. I may be fine, but how long can I keep this up? And I know the negative thinking will just distract me and expose me to further risk, but I just can't unthink this thought. It's no use. I need to go on offensive instead of holding the shorter end of the road sign to prioritize small, quick swing. I shift my grip and hold the sign out as long as I can to take the advantage of centrifugal force. As a result, I don't have time to adjust how different it feels swinging it before the next attacks come. Instead of simply warring off attack, this time I swing back as hard as I can, focusing as much strength as I can into my arms and grip to withstand the impact of the collision. The iron plate of the road sign start to rock. Perhaps thanks to the help of centrifugal force, the effect of the impact is more than just even. The enemy retreat with a few nimble backflips, as if it had forgotten that it's made of metal. Perhaps thanks to Hama, so I take another swing. It can defend against the attack, sure, but the ground underfoot too unstable to completely cushion the impact. So with plenty of leeway, I take another large swing. Now that it's lost its posture, it can neither dodge nor block properly. It may be a machine, but the sheer weight of the road sign attack is too much for it to take as I knock away its metal sharp sword. Now, this is defenseless. One last attack should be enough to... Stop! Alexei's shot and reflexively freeze in place. The shinobi doesn't miss its opportunity to quickly make some distance. Please don't destroy her. It's not her anymore, you idiot. It's a killing machine. It could kill you too. I can't just let you destroy the one person who loved me. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? Wibu gak jelas anjir. That thing doesn't love you, at least not yet. It's not even complete. At the very least, that's the body that will be hers. If this project succeeds, don't expect me to look at her without thinking about how I destroyed her body once in order to protect myself. I couldn't leave myself. Having lost its weapon, the shinobi comes at me with a bare fist now. It's already fast movement, feel even faster. Can't you compromise at least a little? No, I want her to be perfect. I finally found someone to love, and I need my love to be more perfect than anyone else. It looks like the enemy hasn't gotten faster, but I've just gotten tired. I know the reason nobody loved me is because there's nobody I love. I value myself, but unlike other people, I can't value someone else. I've never wanted to. Alexei, speak in a disgraceful, nasally voice. His enunciation is so bad. It's hard to catch the word he's saying, but I think I can get what he's trying to say. Everyone instinctively sees that, which is why they won't love me. I'm sure there are tons of people out there who can pretend to love others. But I don't get it. How? How can they do something like that? And why? I swing the road in a wide, horizontal sweep, but the shinobi dodged by bending backward. Okay, fine. I toss my weapon away too. My weapon away too. I lost some rage and power, but I gain maneuverability. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to lie. I don't want to have to lie. But I want to love. I want to be loved. Damn it, you just don't understand. I barely managed to keep toe to toe with the shinobi. I might be tough, but there is no telling what a metal fist to the final will do to me. That's why I meet her. I tried taking out my gun and shouting freeze, and ideas so crazy it just might. Yeah, that did nothing, or rather, it did worse than nothing, as shinobi kicks my gun out of my hand, so now I lost my trump card. I'm pretty sure this is all Alexei's fault. I don't want to hear your complaining. Just how much longer must we bend to your will? We don't hate you as much as you think we do. Why can't you just let it go? Enough complaining. It seems to me like the only reason you can love her is because it's like a part of you, and you know that. Maybe you're right, but maybe not. I'll never know until I try. I guess he's got a point. I get it. My ways is full of contradiction. I know that, but please, you're my only hope. Actually, I don't really get it, but I do get a feeling of indignation and the refusal to back down. Please stop her without hurting her. You are so selfish, you stinky poop head. Iya sih, selfish banget si wibu ini sih. Fine, whatever. I guess I'll run as much as I can. I turn my back to the shinobi and retreat. I'm sure that thing will chase after me. I'll think things out as I run. Maybe the battery will even run out in the meantime. It's good to analyze your issues. You're showing sign of improvement. How wonderful. I get distracted by your voice. My feet stop for a moment. Retreat failed. I use my both hand to guard against a heavy kick. But you might be hoping for a bit too much. What's your talking about? Is she trying to do counseling here? If her strategy is to convince Alexei to let me destroy this thing, then I approve. If so, I suppose I can bear it a bit longer. You already give me a wink. I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Mr. Alec, are you well versed in the shinobi programs inner working? No, of course not. I mean, just think about what kind of program it is. Look at the log. This line here, it's been sending the same request at fixed interval, but it always fails. It's been returning this error message. You think you can lecture me, you amateur? Of course I can see that. Then do you know what it means? No, how could I? There's no way I can tell what function does just by looking at it. It's trying to communicate with the headquarters. If there is a terrorist attack in one place, there's a possibility there's a multiple other attack happening simultaneously, right? That's why it's been trying to contact city headquarters incessantly, as if it's waiting for the command to abandon its post at a tiny, insignificant wall and go defend an important person or place. I see. How did you know? No, more importantly, are you suggesting we attack from that angle? That's right. Now that's it changed the modes. It's changed modes. I don't think it will accept normal command, but this is an exception. Okay. The code changed at fixed interval, but since it's offline, we can go at it as much as we want by sending the shout of command with a little signal spoofing. The shinobi will mistake it as a command from mission control, huh? Okay, but how do we spoof the signal? That's where you come in. You can do it, can't you? I sure can. I'm a genius, kinda. Ayako, hang in there just a little longer. Hey, give me that pad. Yuri pulls something off his hand and toss it in my way. I see, this thing. Proc aja. Anjir, dia pakai Proc kayaknya. The otaku guard, was it? If you ask me, it needs a better name. We should get Pacifisa or someone to think of something. I see Pacifisa's face in the back of my mind. I want to have coffee with her again sometime. A moment before the shinobi punched land, the guard's thin outline enveloped me. But a scratch, the shinobi stumbled a step, as if to ascertain what exactly blocked its attack. I find myself impressed by this cautiousness, though maybe I'm just amused that my codename Ninja is synonymous with its codename Shinobi. Damn it, is this it? Is this it? No, is this it? No. Yes. It's gotta be it. Damn you. I suddenly tell Alex the way to go as she shot at his computer, but if I remember correctly, this thing, its power output is still unstable, isn't it? I probably shouldn't use it too long, or it might explode or something. I dare to shout off the guard and hold out my open palm and beckon the shinobi to come at me. I got it, just a little more. There's no way shinobi will miss the fact that I'm way open. It leaps at me, as if in recognition that this is its chance at victory. Guard on! I activate the guard at the very last moment before those metal fingers reach me. The guard deflects the enemy. The unexpected rebound caused shinobi to lose its footing with one leg up in the air. I quickly shot off the guard and tried to trip up the shinobi's remaining pivot leg. The guard reflects the enemy, blah 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 blah, with a sweeping kick. Oh, please work. While shinobi may have lost its footing, its legs are just still bare metal poles, and I just kicked one of them with my shin. I may be ninja, but my legs still made of flesh and bone. I wasn't expecting it to be easy, but still. I writhed in pain, forgetting to reactivate the guard, my lifeline. My hatter for the entire world is the only thing keeping my consciousness together. I hate everything. Si Wibu ngasih jempol anjir. Yes, even Yoru, who suddenly sounded like a computer expert despite never even once hinting that he would know a thing about them. Wait, what's up with that anyway? No, more importantly, what about the shinobi? I find the shinobi fallen over, still motionless in the corner of my eye. I see Alexei, glistening in cold sweat. He gave me a thumbs up. I did it! I'm genius. What's that, you dumbasses? Ha ha ha. Trying my best to ignore that noise violation, I instead turned to Yuru for an explanation. Yuru, what happened back there? Oh right, what happened to Clara? I wonder if she's okay. She's clearly dodging the question, but now that she mentioned Clara, we all remember that she's what set this whole scuffle into motion. Anya goes off to check on her. The rest of us follow behind. If Clara is alive, I wonder if we can charge the church a rescue fee. It wouldn't change the fact that we've gotten her killed several times over. Is it possible to live with your neck like this? As she asked that question, Anya showed us Clara, or perhaps I should say her corpse. No rescue fee for us, I guess. I let out a dry chuckle. Is that Is that a corpse? Ugh. Upon seeing Clara's corpse, Alexia turned pale, takes several steps backward and start vomiting. But apart from her oddly bent neck, she looks perfectly fine. At least nothing spilling out of her or anything. Are you not used to seeing corpses? This guy is a shot in, see? It's you guys who are the freak. Honestly, there's not much difference between a corpse and what this guy's trying to make. But I'm sure there are totally different things in his mind, and I guess that's good enough for now. Don't worry, I'll take this thing someplace else. No, there's nothing, and there's something I want to ask you, Yoru. That's right, I can't let this opportunity pass. I need to ask Yoru herself. Please get rid of it. Look, Alex is getting impatient too. Then I'll come with you. Okay, then let's go. The two of us head away from the amusement park and go all the way to other limit of town. Where's a good place to get rid of this thing anyway? Wherever you think is a good place. Then let's go just a little bit further if that's okay with you, Yoru. Yeah, it's fine. I want to give those two some time together too. Good idea. It sure is. We walk a bit more after the conversation. If you look back, you can see full sprawling view of the town. It reminds me of the view I once shared with Yoru back at the top floor of the church, though the angle is completely different. Each light in town tells of the ghosts who live there. There are a lot of wordless, good-for-nothing ghosts, but there are also ghosts that I like, even if they sometimes cause explosion with weird science experiment. A freezing wind blows. Oh, that's cold. It sure is. I guess we should get back quickly. Why don't we light a bonfire, Sayoko? It's way too cold. Oh, I've got matches. I've also got a lot to talk about. Yoru's eyes look straight through mine. Her eyes go from anxious panic to confident determination. I'm not. It's exactly what you think, Yoru. I don't feel bad at all. I just feel a little ticklish that she has seen through me. I do want to talk, but why don't we have... But we don't have anything to burn. There's not even trash around here. I casually glance at Clara's corpse. Then I look back to Yoru. She shrugs. I shrugs back and let go of the corpse. When the corpse plops onto the ground, a large can roll out of Clara's coat pocket. Alright, can of fuel. She was trying to give this thing to the robot, wasn't she? Oh, how convenient. Yoru murmur. Minum dulu. Jangan lupa minum ya, teman-teman. Ini kita udah sampai mana? Oh, kurang lebih setengah ya. I'm so glad you came, Yoru. Sayoko. Yoru whisper. Yoru looks like she has caught onto the fact that I'm going to ask what I haven't asked all this time. She knows she'll have to answer. I'm the one who brought Yoru out here, so I'm the one who has to start off the discussion. We work together, and on our time off, we hang out with people we know. When we get home, we chat before we go to sleep. It's a little questionable that we share the same bed, but there's only one bed, and two of us. I speak from the heart. If I want Yoru to expose everything about herself, I should expose myself to her too. At least that's how I feel. Exposing ourselves to each other. Yes, that's a showing skin thing that Yoru once brought up. I use that logic to encourage myself, because otherwise I'll be too scared to push forward, I'm sure. I've always hated this town. I've always wanted to go home. I tell myself that even if I can't string my thought in a coherent order, if I just say everything I need to say, she'll understand how I feel. Also, I've always felt bad not knowing why ghosts even exist. So with Pacifisa and Anya's help, I tried to leave the town, though for some reason I don't really remember what happened back then. It's an especially fake memory of mine. Pacifisa and Anya. were my friends back then too. We were trying to get to the outside world, just like we are now. I'm pretty sure it was my desire to go home that motivated us back then. Sorry, salah mention. Yes, back then. To be honest, now that I have you, I feel like I don't need to go back to where I was before. As long as I've got you, and Pacifisa, and Anya, I don't mind being here. Back then, I really want to go home. But now, I feel like I've got a place I belong here. But I haven't done anything. I shake my head. I will die for you. How can I say that with a straight face? I don't want you to die, Sayoko. I can feel the blood rushing to my cheek a moment later. I won't die, I'm a ghost, after all. That's just a standard ghost joke. I try to blast her and a smile to hide my embarrassment, but only end up with a half-twitching face. I give up and take a deep breath. The cold air stings my nose. I can feel tears welling up in my eyes. I killed those two. I shot them with my gun, probably on purpose. I pulled out my gun and pointed at Yoru, trying to remember how it felt back then. From snippet of my memory that I do recall, I feel like I can remember the fear of shooting the gun and surprise at the recoil. Did that really happen? Yoru kept listening to me without faltering in the slightest. The three of us once tried to get out the city with the same car as before. Things were going smoothly at first, I think, but then something happened. Something that's since gotten hazy. Despite all that happened back then, Pacifisa and Anya said they will help me try again. That's not all. They fussed over me so much. They even brought you into my life, Yoru. It's not that I want to go home. I just want to go further than we did last time with everyone. They did all that for me and I killed them. There must be some reason why I thought that was the right thing to do. I feel like I need to find out that reason. But Sayoko, you might just end up repeating what happened at the time. I feel the same thing that won't happen if I've got you, Yoru. So I would like to ask you again, will you please come with me? I can't do anything. I just need your presence, Yoru. I've already shot you once before, haven't I? I feel like everything will be okay if you're with me. I know there's no reason to believe it, but that's just how strongly I feel about you. And what sort of feeling do you have for me? Yes? Special? Yes. I feel that you're special to me, Yoru. Yes, that's right. I see, so I'm special. I'm happy to hear it. Thank you. I wasn't happy at all to be called special before, but when you say it, it makes my heart feel so warm, Sayoko. Yoru snuggles up against me as he says that. He seems so childish despite being quite a bit bigger than me. He certainly feels warm like a child too. Sayoko, you say you didn't understand why you ghosts even exist, right? Yoru speaks while still clinging to me. All I can see is her head, so her voice draws in even more of my attention. Probably, I know even less about who or what I am, or why I am. So we are similar in that regard. You wouldn't happen to know who I am either, would you, Sayoko? Sorry, I don't. Sure, this town is just full of things we don't know. What a mess, huh? Yuri is making it sound like she's not one of us. Is she not a ghost? So as a result, I was a little confused at first. Like, why do I have to be here? I was wondering if there was some way to quit this whole time. And that's when someone from the church approached me. Quiet what, exactly? I think back to that story from the insane customer Anya told about. This town is a prison. There are several jailers among us to observe. No, that can't be it. That's ridiculous. I really can't do anything. I'm not strong like you. I'm not cool like Pacifisa. And I'm not handy like Anya. But you were amazing just earlier today, weren't you? That's because I knew what was going on. I I was confident because I have prior knowledge. At first, I wasn't motivated to step in at all. That project was just in such bad taste. I figured it will be best. It will be for the best if you just tore that thing to pieces, Sayoko. But it will be a little out of character for you to say that, huh? Yours, Melon continues. I noticed that Alec really treasured that girl. I tried putting myself in his shoes and got really scared. Before I knew it, I set myself into motion without thinking. I don't think anyone could have done that. I could have done what you did without thinking, honestly. There's nothing amazing about playing knowledge you just so happen to have. No, it is amazing. I'm really curious to know exactly who you are, Yoru. I certainly do know things you don't, Sayoko, but I can't do anything. There's nothing I can do to help you out. Even if I told you everything I know, it wouldn't make you happy, Sayoko. You won't know until you tell me. To tell you the truth, I'm a teensy bit different than you and the other ghosts, Sayoko. I can tell you a little about this town, but there's no point. It wouldn't amount to anything. I listen intently to what you're saying, every single word of it. I try to swallow those words and process them, but I can't digest any of it. There are many things that I don't know either, like how the church noticed me. At first, I thought I would eventually understand what I am, but in the end, I still don't know. But there were some good things though. Yuri stopped clinging to me and looked me straight on. You appeared out of the blue and rescued me. You sat next to me and even gave me a name as a present. How could I not be happy? I felt like I had no choice but to stick with you forever. Oh my god. It's your reminiscence. Her eyes sparkle with a passionate light. It's almost as if the bonfire isn't the only fire burning here. She stood dazzling. I can't help but look down at the floor to avert my gaze. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't that big deal. I'll go with you, Sayoko, wherever you go, but what? Yuri turns her back to me. I look up to find her looking at the city nightscape. For a second, I almost start to think that there's nobody left within those lines. The city nightscape means completely different things to me and Yoru. It's a little sad to think about. He and I are different. The two of us are quietly distant from each other, but only just so happen to be physically close right now. Just thinking about it like that makes me want to cry. You see, Sayoko, the truth is, there are things in this world that are more meaningless than you would think. Something that are just nonsense that seems true. You might just be getting your hopes up for nothing. I wish I could be over, because then I could understand the reason for her tears. Is that still okay with you? Will you still stay with me? Dia nangis. Kenapa? That question is surely an important one for both me and for Yoru. I wish I could put a stop for her tears on a command. Of course I do. I walk around Yuri's back so I can see her face to face. I gaze right into her eyes. Of course. I get it, you don't have to say it twice. I hesitate to talk back. I don't think there's anything I can really tell you, Sayoko. It's okay. I'm satisfied, more satisfied than I ever could be. Even though I haven't gained any information whatsoever. You're so nice. It's not true. Anyway, let me just ask this one thing. I remember what Anya said earlier. I'm free to come up with my own theories, aren't I? Yoru. I call her by her name. Her name is Yoru because I met her at night. It really is a dumb, lazy, weird name that I just came up with on the spot. But before I knew it, it's a name I've grown to love. Yoru, are you a human? Yoru's eyes open wide after a moment of silence. Yoru's laugh. Human? Well, there have been times when I've thought it would be nice to be human. Am I a human? I never thought I would be asked that. It's not that funny. It's not that funny of a question, is it? I squat down next to bonfire embers. Sorry, but even if I'm not a human, that doesn't ever change the fact that I want to be your trusty roommate forever, Sayoko. You're not trusty at all. There must be something behind the scene of this stunt that's sure to make me sad. Let's go back, Sayoko. But now's not the time for me to know what that is. I take you by the hand. Okay. I'm a ghost, and she's... well, I'm not sure what she is. But at very least, she's not human. The two of us walk together in the snow. Once we get back, the strange man is working desperately on his robot. Today is another strange day. I wonder if there are any humans out there who knows about this strange happening. I suddenly notice the sky turning white in the distance. Another day comes to a close. Another day out of eternity. Okay. How is this? Please word. How's this? 1 second later, Alexei clicks the enter key on his keyboard. I shoot a glance at Anya, who is sitting next to him. She nods. I pluck my ears with my index finger. Why does this keep happening? Thanks to my makeshift earplug, I don't have to expose my ear to Alexei's shriek directly. After several repetitions of this cycle, I have learned how to deal with it. Everything was going smoothly up until the body movement test. Both Alexei and Anya said as much, and they never looked like they had reached a dead end. However, ever since that little violent incident and my subsequent conversation with you, progress just hasn't been going well. I said it's not because of the damage to the part during the scuffle or anything. In fact, the only damage I managed to inflict with yours help was minor warping of the leg frame. Rather, the issue here is not the ones. Is that once the hardware implementation was completed, Alexei wanted to do software task, but then hole in the ghost pocket, a vac, caused Alexei's code to disappear. Ever since we started coming here, less has been disappearing at a lower frequency, but nonetheless, things are still disappearing one by one from the software side, which is causing Alexei headache. As we can see the parts, we can consciously be aware of their existence and presence, but programs have no physical form and are incomprehensible to us, so it's hard to be aware of them. At least, that's a theory as to why code keep disappearing. But Alexei just cynically said, I just have to write the code faster than it disappears, and spend days on and typing up a storm programming. However, this every task, some part of the program will go missing, and the entire unit will stop moving, causing him disappointment, despair, and what? Damn it! He screamed shamefully. Maybe things would have gone better if Yoru didn't go home. I pull my finger out of my ears and speak out to Anya. I don't know, it's not like we can force her to stay though. True, but still. After our bonfire conversation, Yoru walked back with me to Alexei's house, but she had this to say about his project. I just can't support it, no matter what. I'm sorry. She declined to help and instead went back home. I didn't stop her, of course. And that brings us to the present. The mood in the lab isn't good, but I'm optimistic. Somehow I just know they will find a solution. Alexei is just that skill of an engineer. That portable otaku guard, Proc, was a pretty high quality piece of tech. After all, the front bell rings. That's the first time I've heard that sound from the inside. It feels more formal than a doorbell at my place. I'll go answer it. Anya trots off to the entrance, leaving the hallway door open. Ah! For some reason, Anya yelps, giving me a deja vu. Alright, it's like when I first met Clara. Is she back? Since it's a big house, the entrance is far away, so I can't make out what they are talking about. I decide to wait. I regret my optimism when several seconds later, men wearing coats march into the lab. Alexei, could you come with us for a moment? There's 5 men, large men. I can't deal with them while protecting Alexei and Anya at the same time. I grit my teeth. Hey, what are you accusing Alexei of? Anya rushes in after the men. You are abusing technology in order to blaspheme God, are you not? The man who appears to be the leader presses Alexei with a firm voice. He glares at Alexei. I can't help but follow his gaze and look at him too. He already looked pale due to stress and lack of sleep, but now he looks even paler. He's even wilder than a ghost. He reminds me of the worn-out bar of soap in my bathtub. How did you know? We have eyes everywhere. Anya jumps in front of the man as if to shield Alexei from those eyes. Hey, Alexei is free to research what he wants on his own free time, isn't he? I back her up without a moment delay. That's right. What right does the church have to complain? The church must be stepping in due to my involvement. I thought things had calmed down lately, but maybe I've just been too careless. Either way, it's too late to regret it now. I will answer your question in order. First, this man is technically an official follower of the church. While he's not a church-going believer, he's still our brother. And since he's our brother, we must have him adhere to our customs. Is that true? Yes, it's true. I'm a follower, I understand. I'll come with you, but these ladies... Alexei. Alexei shouts up. The men quickly interject in the ensuing silence. Do not take us for liars. As for your other question, this man's workplace, the movie theater, as well as the amusement park are both subsidized by the church. The workers are also followers of the church, though this fact is not well known. I can hear Anya murmuring that she didn't know that. This man is both a follower of the church and was given employment by the church, and yet he associates with the ninja that oppose the church. We thus have a right to complain about his action, do we not? Miss Alexei, if I kill all of them. Alexei holds his hand out to refuse my suggestion. It's okay, I wasn't expecting the Inquisition, but this might be a task from a god, Mr. Inquisitor. May I speak with the priest during my trial? The priest is a compassionate man. I'm sure he will listen to your word, no matter how insane they may be. Okay, I say. Alexei approached the man with his hand raised. 2 of the men immediately frozen. There's gun in my pocket. If I prioritize in annihilating the enemy, I have fair odds of overall success, though not without sacrifice. But it looks like this is Alexei's problem, if anything. If that's the case, then I've got no reason to needlessly kill these men. Well, I'll be back eventually. In my moment of hesitation, the man quickly dragged Alexei away. We stand stock still in shock in the silent room. He protected her, didn't he? Anya murmured, what do you... I tried to ask, but since my throat dry, it comes out weird. What do you mean? He probably didn't want to draw attention to his creation by resisting or protesting. Otherwise, they might have destroyed her. Oh, how shrewd. Yeah, he really is shrewd. He might say that he can't love or be loved, but I think he has got some character in that regard. Maybe you're right. He could really use some more confidence though. Anya laughed weakly before letting a big sigh. Say, Sayoko. Anya gazes into my eyes and carefully chooses her word. No, it might be shameless of me, but there's something I would like to ask you. I get impatient and ask her a question for her. You want me to save Alexei? Yeah, exactly. I know, it's an unreasonable request. I don't have that much money, but I can still pay you. What do I have, so... What? Hold on, Anya, you don't have to pay me. When Anya casually started bringing up the question of money, I frankly gasped her that it won't be necessary. But I'm asking you an unreasonable favor. This isn't even your problem to begin with, Sayoko. When I raided the church, you brought out the armored vehicle to come rescue me and I didn't pay you then. I just did that because I want to. Anya really is a good girl. I know it for a fact. I feel it with my heart. I'm sorry. I know I sound weird right now. Maybe she is even too good. I feel like her dedication is going a bit overboard in this whole ordeal. This isn't your problem to solve, Anya. You're not ninja, and you don't do whatever it is Pacifa does. But despite all that, you've always doing your best and putting yourself in danger. You're so reliable. Oh, really? That's why I just want to pay back that favor. I always want to thank you for everything you do, but just saying thank you feels half-hearted. I never get to say it. I'm running out of air in my lungs, so I take a deep breath before I continue. As you know, there are very things I'm good at, but I want you to rely on me more. I'll do anything I can for you, Anya. Start running out of the room. I need to chase after those men, the Inquisitor, I believe. I once heard. I stopped as the sound Anya's words. I once heard from a sheet-hat woman who is in that sort of crowd. She said, that's just a group of outcasts. That lonely girl is just trying to force herself in to find a place she belongs. The nerve of her. Anya's voice is full of rage. I don't know a finer detail of that interaction, but I can bet it was incredibly frustrating. I mean, sure, we may have just formed a group because we didn't fit into any other group. In fact, I definitely think that was the case. But so what? Is it wrong to associate with like-minded peers? But it's not like we force ourselves to group up out of the desperation, you know? That's why I've made up my mind. This time, it's Anya's turn to run out of breath. She gasps for air. I decided to pressure my friend as much as I can, so that I won't be embarrassed, no matter who sees us. If I do that, then nobody can tell me that we are only friends out of necessity, you know? So, shit, I'm so uncool right now. I told myself I will never talk about this. The tears welling up in Anya's eyes seems almost infectious as tears start to form in my eyes as well. Maybe it's because Anya's so overwhelmingly precious and I don't know how else to express it. Why are you crying? Come on. You're crying too, Anya. Thus, we both cry, I guess when it's just us two. But the Pacifisa, or you're around, we're just a couple of crybabies. Weeping together like this feels so girly and dumb, and yet it's so satisfying. Once the tears have mostly stopped, I give Anya a thumbs up and speak up. I'm off. I'm counting on you. Leave it to me. I sniff as I run. My nose stopped dripping. I fling open the front door and dash into snowy outdoors. Halo Bang Fet, halo Bagis, welcome to the stream. It's not too hard to catch up to men who are walking. Thankfully, since we are in the outskirts of town, there are many buildings to obstruct the view. Mampir bentar, oke silakan. Thanks to the fuel that is Anya's simple, earnest friendship, I'm filled with boundless energy unlike anything I've ever felt before. Basically, it feels a little comically overdramatic as I block the man's path all ninja-like. And over Alexei. He just quietly handed him over a moment ago. Please understand, I'll be okay. Let's just say the situation has changed. I point my gun at the lead Inquisitor. We are off to a good start. You've changed your mind. Do you intend to take this man back, even if it required the use of force? Well, I suppose you could say that. The Inquisitor takes a black rectangular object out of his pocket. I can't help but gasp. That sudden move. I recognized what is the Inquisitor took out, a transceiver. Do it. I don't know what came first, sound or the image. I pulled the trigger out of shock. The recoil hit my whole upper body that I expected, causing why? I thought I had braced my leg better than that. I get a bad feeling as I look over my shoulder behind me. I don't even want to think about it, but I feel my abdomen a little lower than my solar. Ah, come on, they got me. I've been shot, but nobody in front of me even has a gun. I'm confused for just a second. I start to process what had happened, suppressing composure. I've been sniped. They've got sniper. Shit, I screwed up. I scream out loud in an attempt to maintain endogenous. Doesn't come immediately. It will intensify as soon as I let my guard down. So I need to keep up. I have to keep myself at natural high. Okay. If you call yourself a sniper, don't aim for the gun. Go for a headshot, one shot, one kill. I shall like an idiot as I use the calm part of my mind to turn out thoughts at high speed. So that's why the Inquisitor acting so smart. I suppose it's already planned out countermeasure for a ninja like me. If the sniper has been watching me this whole time, then they probably saw me climb to the top of building like some sort of action hero too. How embarrassing. They probably had themselves a chuckle looking at me. I wish I could smack them right now, but I don't even know where they are. As I think, those stop. The snow at my feet burst into the air. I guess that was a warning shot. As in, I can always shoot you again. I make sure that I've still got a grip of my gun, but I'm not sure I can keep holding it more than a few dozen seconds. My gut's bleeding even worse than I thought. If I make one move, any move, I'll only reach my time limit then much quicker. I have to admit it, there's no way I can win. Oh ninja, I'll be okay. Alexis here, raising streak, snapped me back to my sense. He's right, I need to get moving. I back away, keeping my sight set on the Inquisitor. Even if for this formality's sake, I once have gotten enough distance, I turn around and hide under the cover of building. I find a conveniently placed garbage can and hide behind it. It's better than nothing at least. Close my eyes, there's no indication that anyone pursuing me. I guess they don't feel like finishing me off, which is a bit of relief. That said, I don't know where Sniper is, nor do I know if they can still see me. I don't know if there's only one sniper. I can feel my consciousness fading. Alright, if I can just forget about this injury, then it will be as good as healed. It's worth a shot, as long as I don't freeze it. Okay? I feel my 5 cents fade away, even my sense of time. Miss Ninja, are you okay? My consciousness suddenly snapped back to reality. I recognize that grating. Karen, voice, it's Clara. As my consciousness returned, so too does the hot, burning pain of the gunshot wound in my gut. I groan. Your belly, you need first aid. Thanks to this asshole seeing my wound, the entire disappearing process has been I'm fine, just leave me alone. Go do something else. I can't, I need to treat you. There's no point, I'm a ghost after all. Who cares if I die? I care, found it. After finding bandage or something in her back, Clara sits down next to me and leans over to inspect my wound. Her sugary scent is frustrating me. Clara, why do you care so much about us? It's not like you need to. There's tons of other people out there who love you. There's no deep meaning behind those words. I just want to get through to her that there's no point in her getting close to me. But the priest told me to. It was probably some sermon about importance of friendship or something. What did he say? He said that I was the only one who could save your soul. He said he expected great things from me. I almost write it off as foolish nonsense before I made a sudden realization. I focused my hazy consciousness and reflect on the words Clara said. Clara, why did you go to Alex's house? Because the priest told me that you guys were all up to something at the movie projection in his house. I can feel my heart start pounding. Did you tell the priest what happened during your visit? I sure did. The priest is nice and gives me a lot of advice. Every day when I hang out with you guys, I always have friendship review with the with the priest. As she says that, Clara tries to stick a bandage on my wound. I grab her hand without thinking and bandage flutter down on to the ground. It consciously did all of that, and yet you still don't understand what it is you've done. Are you kidding me? Why did Clara approach us? Surely it was because she was a simple-mindedly idiot who felt an odd sense of camaraderie towards us. At least that's what I thought. But that wasn't the case at all. Clara is a moving wiretap. Braiding surveillance camera sent by the priest, or in simpler words, you're a spy. Words of Alexei, girlfriend, spread from Clara to the church. The setting inquisition in motion. The priest used the power of his faith to raise this thoughtless, almost hopelessly optimistic girl into a splendid spy. I felt that the church had been pretty hands-off lately, but they had actually been surprisingly thorough in their surveillance. Come to think of it, when we met Alexei, he was working at the church-funded movie theater and he's a follower, albeit a stray one. In that case, it should be a given that some of his co-workers might be followers too. We watched several of those co-workers walk by as we waited for Alexei. At least one of those followers must have reported our conversation with Alexei to the church. After hearing that report, the church, that is the priest, must have had some doubts about it. Around the time that report was made, Anya and I disappeared off the street. I should assume that the priest got word of our disappearance too. With all the evidence piled up, it's only natural that a priest, or at least somebody else, will come to the conclusion that Alex is working on something with the ninja and the repair workshop apprentice. The church must know about Alex's engineering skill. Furthermore, since he is a heretic, it's only natural that the church will feel threatened by him potentially leading a violent revolt against his religious authority. At least that's how I think religious works. Where after we contacted the heretics, we vanished like smoke. That should be enough cause panic in the church. And yet, the priest calmly responded to the panic by sending in Clara. After some complication, Clara broke her neck and revived and returned to the priest to report all the detail to the priest. Oh, speaking about Clara breaking her neck, why did she even have that kind of fuel to offer to the robot? Why didn't that raise more alarm with me? Clara knew we were making something here. Her idea of an appropriate gift was the can of fuel. I did nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. I let go of her pale, slender wrist. I despise you. A certain sort of despair drives me to speak in the coldest voice I can manage. Clara has been an irritating past, but now I realize that somewhere in my heart, I started to grow fond of our semblance of a relationship. You instantly hide behind a facade of goodwill as you spread the ill will of other as an intermediary, all the while feigning ignorance to protect yourself. I tremble at the thought that it was all just a ruse. I'm mad and maybe a little sad too. You are disgusting, filthy, but far worse than Priest himself. To berate myself for my own stupidity, I have to act as coldly as possible to do what I need to do. I don't know what you're talking about. Just the other day I came to help because I was worried about you. Remember, I'm not a spy. No, you knew. You just pretend not to. You've been pulling the wool over our eyes. So you shepherd will prize you like a good little sheep. Sorry. But you couldn't bear the guilt of deceiving someone, so you deceive yourself this whole time. I think the endogenous opioid levels in my brain are rising again. The pain has faded, and all I feel is boiling heat with magma burning in my stomach. Her cries pathetically, her nose dripping, but I don't feel a thing watching her. I proceed with the execution of a relationship. I feel like something similar has happened before. In this town, nobody dies, but if you kill a relationship, they are dead to you. Don't you dare show your face in front of me or my friend ever again. I'm never talking with you again. I won't hurt you. I'll just ignore you. No information for spies. Clara tries to say something, but I cut her off. Go away. But I tried so hard. Go away. No, nangis si Rolly. When I shot, sparks start to fly in my eyes. Maybe I strained myself too much. I can't even hear Clara sobbing anymore, so maybe I'm starting to lose my hearing too. Soon enough, not even my sense of time can drag me down. My consciousness disappears. Lah. Oh enggak, masih ada lagi cok. Episode 5 panjang amat. I feel so downhearted. But more than that, I'm driven by my sense of duty. I reached for the doorknob, only to realize the door's locked until I break it down, and I'm free to go inside. After a tragic defeat and my separation from Clara, I end up right back where I started at Alex's house. After a tragic defeat and my separation from Clara, I end up right back where I started at Alex's house. I slip out of the hallway and head into the familiar living room and enter the lab. Sorry, Anya, I got sniped, so I was thinking to get a bulletproof vest this time. I feel so miserable. I know there's no way I can speak on the spot here. I say lines I've thought beforehand. Do you think Lo sells them at her store? If so, I would like to borrow some money, so it's not like that I've forgotten the words I was going to say next. It's because I noticed a frowning Yoru typing up a storm, and beside her, Anya stand up as she noticed me and struck her shoulder. I'm definitely curious as to what's going on here, but there's something I have to do first. Anya, I'm sorry I failed. I tell her the detail of how I was dealt a pathetic defeat by the Inquisition. It feels especially humiliating after I confidently ran my mouth. I think the only reason I didn't cry was because Yoru was right there. It's not your fault, Sayuko. You couldn't have predicted all of that. Let's think up a plan together, the three of us. Anya looks toward Yoru, our third member. I join her, but Yoru doesn't look away from the monitors or even a moment as she types away at Alex's keyboard. I can't help but find her focus ghastly. Yoru, what are you doing? Chatting. Chatting with who? With Alex, Pride, and Joy. Ah, come on, if you keep saying things like that, I'll pull out her motherboard. Would you believe that Yoru edited Alex and finished personality data and perfected? That's it, her body's gone. She's just running in the computer. So it's like she has no body, but she has a soul. I guess you could say that Yoru's talking with her soul, and apparently she... There you go, this girl kept begging to go see Alexi. But why? I'm curious to see what sort of conversation they are having. I pick up the display over your shoulder. Oof. It's quite different from what you usually expect from an email or chat client. It's a black screen with a continuous string of green text that's not even broken down into paragraph. It's so plain. It's format in using. I can't read this. It's not that I can't read any of it. I can barely make out what you're typing in, but the message that apparently hers looked like pattern in incomprehensible symbol. Hahaha, don't sweat it. I can't read it either. She said Alec must be allowed to continue working on me. With my intelligence, it should be simple to pursue the church, prepare my physical body at once. Even after it's been explained to me, it still just look like pattern symbol to me. There's definitely more to Yoru than meets the eye. She knows things that are unfathomable to us, and by us, I mean all of Ghost kind. This kind of fool of herself. Maybe she got it from Alexei. Prepare her body, huh? Easier said than done. Anya groans. I ruminate once more on the fact that Alex created a consciousness, a whole personality within the confines of a computer. It's kind of dizzying. There's an artificial consciousness that can think, feel, and desire just like me. Casually sitting there as if it's no big deal. Things have always been like this, almost sinfully revolutionary things just casually existing in our presence. But if I were to simply unplug the computer and destroy it on a whim, her consciousness will surely break too. Her existence would end up suddenly and would end as suddenly as it had begun. Fragile. But there's something nostalgic, something precious about that fragility. I'm sure Yuri is the only one who can understand what she wants. Say, Yuri? Yuri, and then I don't think I can deal with either. It looks like the personality data driver are missing. Several internal parts must have disappeared when Mr. Alec was taken away too. I'm at the dead end here. There's nothing I can do about what has disappeared. Is that so? I really do want to do something for her, Sayoko, I swear. Wait. So there are things that even Yuri can't do. She's not omnipotent. There are some jars she just can't open after all. Wait, no, I should stop judging every little thing Yuri does. It's so pretty. If only we could enable her to do as she wants. I know better than anyone else just how fast that body of hers can move. If we could successfully install her into her body, she should be able to free Alexei with brute force, but as long as she can't move, she is helpless. I was planning on preparing for a second charge as soon as possible. Spoon. But I guess deciding what to do with her should take priority. I'm useless when it comes to solving these sort of problems. I suddenly feel so worn out, so I take a seat on a nearby box. Wow. I jump up, kaget deh, when I hear a beeping sound. It's the cleaning robot, the thing Alexei and Anya work together to create. I thought I had broken it, but Anya assured me it's okay. Just to make sure, we watched for a few seconds after a red light turns green, and then... Eureka! Yuri suddenly shot. He then starts pounding away at the keyboard even harder. Anya and I rush over the monitor to see what she's typing. We should just go inside that vacuum cleaner. After a moment, that Eureka ya, dia tiba-tiba teriak ya. After a moment, that incomprehensible pattern of characters start filling the screen again. Stop complaining. Yuri replies. The response comes a moment later. It's even longer this time. Having free will doesn't mean you will get everything you want for free, you know? Likewise, Yuri's reply gets longer too. He gets a longer response with a shorter wait. Arguing in chat feels so unproductive. Anya murmurs, "Whatever, I'm gonna do it whether you like it or not." After typing in that message, Yuri takes her eyes off the monitor and turns to us. The monitors behind her fill with a response, then another, and yet another before Yuri finally speaks up, as if to drown out the text. Wait, are you seriously gonna stuff that shitty personality of hers into this vacuum cleaner? I'm fed up with her, so I think I will. It's got way fewer parts than a humanoid robot, and it will take out the hassle of bipedal walking. So that's $2 with one stone. I mean, sure, but that will take a hell of a long time. Well, don't worry about that. I'm sure I can get it done before it's time to eat. Which is why I want to ditch this slow keyboard and use a more direct input device. Really? I'm sure there's something around here somewhere in this house. As Anya leaves the room to look for a direct input device or whatever, I call out to her. I'm completely useless here right now, but I need to do what it is I can do. Anya, I'll go to Alex again. Anya turns around. Indescribable look on her face has me confused. What's with the awkward expression? It must be because I failed to meet her expectation after all. I'm sorry. I'm sure you've suffered a lot because of me. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't get ahead of myself like that. It's so tacky of me. No, I'm the one who apologized. I failed to save Alex and I need to try again. No, you don't have to go. Not now at least. I tried to put it a but only for Anya to keep going with the full control of the conversation. You must be tired from all the action, right? You should rest. You look exhausted. Besides, I agree with your thinking. We'll see how that pans out soon enough. We'll see. Well, let's just watch her and make sure she doesn't slack off. I'm a little concerned about Anya. How Anya said, we'll see, but I decide not to go against her. I decide to sit down in a nearby chair and blankly watch as Yoru types on the keyboard. I should be feeling tense right now, but for some reason, I let out a yawn. There's not really much I can do to help here, is there? I don't think there is, at least. Turu dia. Ini sisa 3 orang siapa aja, Cok? Okay, done. I wake up at the sound of Yuri's voice. I fell asleep. My body feels so powerless, as if my batteries had run out. My eyelids are so heavy, I can't even tell if they're open. I try to brace my leg and stand up, but fail. All I end up doing is letting out a groan. It's at that moment that I realize just how exhausted I am. Yuri speaks up when she hears the noise. Anya calls out to me and reaches out her hand. Thank you, I'm okay. Thank you, okay. I can't even speak clearly. I'm embarrassing. I notice someone standing behind Anya, looking down at me. Is that Pacifisa? I strain my barely openable eyes. No, it doesn't look like Pacifisa. It doesn't have black hair, and this person is an adult. It's someone I know. That person suddenly smiled. I recognize that smile. After all, I've seen it in a movie. It's her, the beloved woman Alexei was trying to create. I gasp. My head slowly starts to wake up, and like magic, my drowsiness disappears. Yes, that's her, but not exactly, to be more specific. The hell? I get up and stare at what lies before my eyes. Bangke, palanya doang anjir, badannya gitu anjir. Gak jelas banget. Gak jelas banget ini. Kocak. It's the cleaning robot we were talking about earlier, but what was once smooth, flat surface is now the uncanny valley of a woman's head. Her eyes are shut like she's sleeping, and of course, she's not actually smiling. In any case, it doesn't look like it was just glued on there as a joke. The base of the neck is attached to the robot cases with some sort of adapter. The head part hasn't disappeared, so I figured it would be a waste not to use them. The neck also uses standardized part, so attaching it was doable, but that doesn't mean it wasn't. I was able to manage with Anya's help. We're done. Yoru jadi orang gila anjir. Yoru looks a little tired, all tangled up in some mysterious cable. Her eyes glitter as she lets out a victory roar. I'm so tired. All that's left is to do is to turn her on. On? What about debugging? Anya asked with concern in her voice. She sounded a little tired too. Yoru did say that she got Anya's help. Nobody debunks anymore. That's what all the cool developers say. They definitely don't. Looks like a lot has happened while I was asleep. I must have been out for a long time. My stomach started to gurgle in hunger, as if to prove just how long it's been. I'm sure I can get it done before it's time to eat. Okay dokie, let's start the installation. Yoru loudly types on the keyboard, starting the installation. I look at the back of the cleaning robot. It's connected to the computer with a thick cable that looks like a water pipe. Several lights of different colors flickers on and off on the cleaning robot before all the lights shut off. Beep. It's the same beep I heard earlier. Beep, beep, beep. And now that's a new one. This time it's out of a branch of short, rapid beep 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 beeps. It's a little annoying. But despite all the noise, her head is still asleep. Looks like everything is going just peachy, see? You can trust me. After Yoru says that, the beeping changes to a more musical pattern. And suddenly, her eyes open. She looks somehow gentle, just like in the movie, but not passive. Her eyes are brimming with confidence. Even someone with hazy memories like me can tell her image is a perfect reproduction. She has the youthful look, only available to women in the cusp of adulthood. But she also had a certain sort of refined dignity that makes you want to protect her. Anyone who sees her will have the word fascinating burn into their minds, regardless of the detail of what exactly they will find fascinating about her. She's so fascinating, it's almost destructive. As a result, the state of her body below the neck is such a pity. Suddenly, she loses her complexion and nearly tears her own head off. Looks like she finally realized what happened to her. She has been fused to a vacuum cleaner. Hahaha, congratulations. Yoru speaks from behind her. Turn at an inhuman angle and spit to look at Yoru. He let out the lowest, heaviest beep yet, then tackled Yoru with a force that no cleaning robot should ever need. Ah! As Yoru lies sprawled helplessly on the floor, and here's the finished product. Itu achievement tadi dapat. The robot relentlessly pinched her face with an arm extending out of the cases. The beautiful girl's face let out a flurry of wild peeps as she proceeded to physically punish Yoru. This is getting brutal. But she can't talk, huh? She's not built to. Her first synthesizer model is in her chest, I believe. Oh, I see. Hey, stop poking and help me. Oh! Well, you're just weeping that you saw. I mean, I get how she feels, but leave it at that for now. I nervously approached her. Can you blame me? I've never dealt with a murderous woman had a vacuum cleaner before. And touch her body. It's cold and metally. Hard to believe her soul is in something this inorganic. I mean, she wants to go to Alexei, right? We need to plan out how we are going to do that. I decided to change the topic. She let out a few intermittent beeps that somehow disappointed. Yoru, you want me to translate it? Sure. If you didn't stick the head on, I could have at least strategically disguised myself as a cleaning robot, you know? Think, you idiot. Think. Oh. I tried to soothe the woman-headed vacuum cleaner as I asked a quite logical question. How did you do that anyway? I can't see how it was necessary. That's exactly why I did it. I'm trying straining your side a little bit. See what pops out. The arm pinching Yoru stopped moving. The head puts out an expression of sudden realization and... Oh, watch it. Oh, now try the other side and the lower left too. Yoru cheers. The robot dips in response as arm with arm pops out of the vacuum cleaner, chases its weapon more dangerous than the last. An electric saw, a blowtorch, an over-the-top machine gun. And I'm not sure what the green light emitting gun shape thing is, but you probably wouldn't want to touch it. What the hell did this girl do? Didn't you make that thing, Anya? Yeah, I did install self-defense weapon, but the processor throughput meantly only one weapon could be used at a time. Plus it will only work in low precision mode. That's why I gave it a flamethrower, since those don't exactly need precision, Anya adds in a whisper. I figured it would be good enough for self-defense. I mean, its main function is cleaning after all, but the situation has clearly changed. Anya lets out a gasp. When I asked what's wrong, she smiled and spoke unusually quickly, as if she had been waiting for me to ask. The technology advance had Alec made is attached to it, so she's using the hat's main processor. It's an insanely high-powered monster-class processor necessary to reproduce the vast number of functions of a human body. After course, it can control the weapon with the ultra high precision. Anjir, banyak banget ultra ya. The robot must have heard as she let out a high-pitched scream. The gunshot, a certain figure placed on Alex's work desk, get blown away. Now she can use her install weapon with 100% efficiency. Now, considering her capability to mostly strategies, she can use them to 9,999% efficiency. The beeping overlapped with Anya's excited voice, the robot laughing. I can tell that much by her facial expression. After looking at her face, I can only hear the inorganic beeping as louder. Well, that's pretty much it. You're welcome. Nephew, excuse me. Kita belum 19 menit. Tiga orang sisa siapa, Cok? Nepu kah? Nepu, Ayanes, Pau pas tuh tiga dah. Well, that goes to show that just how precise those weapons are. The robot hovers somewhat gracefully out of the room, apparently satisfied in exacting revenge for being made into an uncanny woman-headed vacuum cleaner. Where is she going? I guess it should be obvious. I call it to the cleaning robot's back, or is it called a stern? I feel like I have to. She stopped hovering and then she bips. That probably means what? Oh, jangan lupa minum ya. I'm glad to meet you. Good luck. I didn't think of anything to say. I end up working out some polite but awkward platitudes. I wonder what's gotten into me. After a few seconds, he let out a staggered tray of 4 beeps. Without waiting for my response, she started moving again. I guess she doesn't want to talk anymore. What did she say? When I asked her for a translation, Yoru let us an exhausted something like, "You're a good kid, Tom, but good. Oh, and I'll talk with you again if I feel like it." But that's what she's like, huh? That's what she's like. It's kind of rude, huh? It's like she's on a high hovering horse. But even so, that just goes to show you that she's got an individual personality at least. I think that's important to know. Okay, so do we follow her? Anya, speak up as I'm thinking it to myself. Yeah, that seems like the proper things to do. Well, after we wake up this girl, that is. Anya says that with a bit of chuckle. I look at the floor to find Yoru sleeping on the floor that until just recently had a robot to clean up after it. She must be deathly tired. She didn't look sleepy now that I think about it. Maybe we should wait a bit first. Sorry, but I'm not as gentle with you as you are you? Anya and I, with urine talk, followed the trail in the snow, left by the vacuum cleaner. The exists forces of anti-gravity leave a faint single line in stark contrast to the footstep left by our bipedal walking. Wait. You must be happy, huh? I think she's a normal weight, it's fine. You was so tired, I was unable to wake her up, no matter how hard I tried. That's why I'm carrying her as we walk. But if you think about it, this might be for the best. Considering the difference in stamina between me and Anya, it will probably be too hard for her. Anyway, it really feels like that vacuum cleaner has gotten ahead in life, huh? Ahead in life. I know it's not exactly the right phrase, but that thing was originally going to be scrapped. But it's so amazing. I may have mentioned this before, but Alec and I made that thing. I think I remember hearing that. You see, a famous rich person came to our workshop and commissioned a one-off vacuum cleaner. The offer was pretty generous, so due to certain circumstances, we end up outsourcing the software to Alec. Had you met Alexi at all before that point? Nope, I don't have many personal connection, and his personality is like the embodiment of everything wrong with the engineers, you know? I was a little worried if it will be okay to work with him, but I figure he does do his job properly. Alexi certainly is a serious worker at heart. I think he did go to work on time while we were at his house, but that might have just been a cover so that church wouldn't find out. He was so skilled. It came as a shock even to me. When you're that skilled, I can find a few personality flaws slide, I guess. He eventually opened up to me a bit, so I teased him about how overly serious he was at first. Anya stopped walking and looked at me directly. Then he had the gall to say, I realized I could take it easy if I just didn't look at you as a woman. So I hit him with a wrench. He gestured, the motion of hitting something with a blunt object before letting out a cackle. He's definitely that sort of guy, huh? Yeah, so we finished the cleaning robot, but as you would expect, the customer demanded a retake as soon as they saw it. They wanted more luxurious functionality, or a more chic design, a bunch of wordless complaining basically. But business is business, so we asked if we could fix it with minimal adjustment, but Anya realized that she had stopped walking and started taking a few steps before continuing to talk, her eyes fixed ahead of her. Alec was there with us, and he suddenly burst into tears saying, how cruel can you be? Oof, indeed. Makes you think he's fragile, right? That's what I thought too. But then he said, how can you say in front of her, don't you care how she feels? He wasn't crying for himself. It felt like the vacuum cleaner had an AI at the point, did it? Of course not, but he seriously snapped at lack of consideration for her feeling. That's crazy, right? He was crying too. Is there something wrong with his head? Anya talks the way a boy talk about a comic book hero, that is, without any hint of scorn, is admiration, trust, and praise. Furthermore, he said, getting up from his chair, his robot is like a child built by me and this other engineer. Do you insult children in front of their parents, do you? It sounds like Alexi was shouting through the tears, indignant that the customer was mad when he was the one who should be mad instead. Anya continues, you dress so classy for someone who acts so trashy. The customer got mad enough to just leave without paying. I understand how he felt, but I'm impressed he could say all that. Can't say it was effective though. Honestly, if it were me, I might have thrown hand. Alexei must have worked so hard. He probably fought his whole body and sold for paid commission. It's all just my imagination, of course, but based on everything I know about Alexei, I think I've got an idea how he felt. I guess that must be what Anya likes about him. Several days after that, he said I'll take good care of her, and bought it with his own money. We started talking once we would see each other again for aftermarket service. So he's got some good sides to him after all, huh? He sure does. He's got way more bad sides though. That's it, this isn't really the time to talk about this, huh? Please save our child if you can. Of course. Huh? Snap, that girl just used more than 3 weapons at the same time, didn't she? We arrived at the explosion epicenter to find a small crater. A little bit of the foundation remained of what appears to have been an axe close to the church. I bet a lot of things have happened there, more than I could possibly imagine. It's not supposed to use more than 3? Well, while the generator might be under control, the limiter becomes ineffective under heavy load. I mean, look, she's using the same energy sources as the car we all rode on that one time after all. It's peaky but powerful, you know? We don't even need to charge it. So when the car we are riding on exploded, it must have left a crater like this too, huh? I gasped. I followed behind her while carrying Yoro, who is still sleeping. I follow Anya's gaze and find what caught her attention. Alec, your leg, your ass. What the fuck, your ass? Oh, Anya. Alexei has almost his entire lower body. Probably doesn't have long, but he's so excited when he sees us. It seems like he doesn't even care about that. He came here, I met her, she tried to save me, but then she overheated. Alec, don't talk, you'll lose blood. His eyes sparkling, Alexei continues, ignoring even Anya's plea for him to stop. The way she fought was so beautiful, it's a pity you couldn't see it. It would have been worth recording. It's such a shame, I can't tell it on this. By the time the Inquisitor fired their first shot, they already swept up 2 of them. It was amazing, battle heroics are so cool. I can't help but wonder, she was his creation, right? Isn't he going to say anything about how he will suddenly be installed? I can't speak for him, but I can't imagine him not caring in the slightest if her body is organic or not. The truth of the matter is that his creation came to save him without any regard for herself. In Alexei's eyes, what matters isn't if your body is human shape or vacuum cleaner shape, but rather what you do with that body. Maybe after all, Alexei's area of expertise is software. What's inside, rather than hardware, what's outside. That said, what I think is most Alexei part of this whole situation is how he's prioritizing praising her effort rather than mourning her loss. Have you ladies ever seen a battle robot heroine in action? Of course not. Suckers! Squahahaha. Holy jeez, you are always a handful. All this excitement surely must have shorted his remaining time, but for some reason, I find it a charming sight to see Anya fusing over Alex and holding the upper half of his body as he coughed up blood. I'm scared. Scared? What could possibly scare someone like you, Alex? I'm scared of death. It's hard to make out the word Alex squeezed out on closer inspection. His already pale face is getting even paler. At this point, he's almost like a corpse and that forgot he was dead. Don't worry, you'll come back soon. You don't know that. What if I'm the only one who don't revive? That's so... Look, you'll be fine. I died myself a while back, but I'm back, see? I'm scared. Please give me some comfort. This is getting off awkward. I really don't like the way he said that. I'm also starting to get tired of carrying you over. We finished what we came here to do, so I wish Alec would just hurry up and kick the bucket already. Men want women to be a mother figure for them, especially in times of weakness. If Anya acts like a mother now, this could be her big chance. Oh, you're awake? Your back is just so comfortable, Sayoko. Yuri clings tightly to my back. As she says that, I decide to leave Alexei alone until he dies. I watch and pray that Anya can be a proper mother figure or whatever. You can't just sit on the sidelines, Sayoko. Knowing Anya, she needs your advice. Oh, Anya, be a good mother, be open-minded. I'm mother, what are you talking about? They say if you act morally when a man is weak, they'll fall for you. Morally? I don't know what that meant. Alexei murmurs something, but his voice is too weak. Anya asks him to repeat himself, and he speaks up a little more clearly. But what's her face? Diploma? You mean Pacifica? What about her? You can't pull it off, Anya, but I think Pacifica could give me some comfort. She seems so reliable, like a mother who usually is straight, but will gently tuck you into bed when you catch a cold, so Without even waiting for him to finish, Anya held Alexei half-body into the crater. Alexei is already alive. His body has been cut in half. That should be easy to throw him, even for someone small like Anya. I can hear Alexei's body sliding down the slope of the crater. Whoa, he really fell for you into the hole. Can you quit joking around and get off of me? Anya urged us to move on, right as I managed to shake off Yuri. Let's go, a crowd starting to form. When I look around, the crowd is still thin, but ghosts are starting to gather around to see if everything is okay. Some of them must be church followers too. In any case, I don't want to stay here too long. What's with all the explosion lately? When I hear the crowd of ghosts having conversation like this, I can't help but smile really. You've got a point. Are we going to call Pacifica? Do you want to call her? Anya's threatening response, like her usual blend of friendliness and charm, as she glared at Yoru with sharpness of a knife. The shock caused Yoru to take a step back and mumble, which is quite a precious sight for me to see. Wait, no, I shouldn't just watch. Sorry, Anya, I'll be sure to kill Yoru for you later. She'll get her just... I'm so sorry about it. I consider prostrating myself before Anya. Facial expression suddenly slackened. Oh, well, I was just joking. Don't worry about it. I just feel like I've just been in a traffic accident. You two feel the same way, don't you? Yoru says, oh, okay, and start giggling again, so I slap her ass before we follow after Anya, who is already starting to walk off. Pacifica is not the morally type. Men like him just like to delude themselves into having the wrong impression of her. Malam bang, nyambi bobo ya. Oke, monggo silahkan VDT. Welcome to the stream, VDT. He doesn't have a discerning eye, huh? There's a reason why he's not popular. Thus, close the curtain on our mission to get technical help for crossing the snow desert. Whether it ended in success or failure, we can't tell. It's not our call to make. After all, the decision lies with... Wait, what? Bisa aja terakhir itu. Perasaan masih banyak sisanya tadi. Sumpah, tapi kalau dijadiin ini bagus banget, Cok. Masih panjang itu, Cok. Berarti ini lebih kayak ceritain si ini ya, Rila yang dunia nyatanya. Soalnya aku asumsikan ini isekainya kan yang tadi kan. Nih misteri yang di ini. Oh enggak, Cok, masih lanjut, Cok, ternyata. Thank you all for gathering today. Alex's house looked like a mess, probably because the automatic cleaning robot is gone. The workshop's even more of a mess than when we first came here. We sat on random boxes and large cans, and such as we told with Alexei. We had gathered at Alex's house a few days after his dissection. I glanced at Pacifica's face. He hadn't had much to do with the whole mission, so why didn't you call me? I would have abandoned work in a heartbeat to come help you. He has been this huffing mad ever since we gathered. It has been making me feel a bit uneasy. You ladies helped me. Now it's my turn to help you. Thank you, Alec. Don't mention it. I'm only doing what is expected of me. I steal another glance at Pacifica's face. To be honest, when Anis contacted us, he already told us that Alec was going to help. But this meeting is kind of like watching a movie after hearing spoilers. That's what it feels like anyway. So I'm way more interested in seeing how Pacifica feels. I can't help but wonder what her take on the matter is. So do you have a plan? Let's hear it. As Anya urged Alexei, it makes me feel like she truly is the moderator for this meeting. Despite all of the dumb things that have happened lately, she still does her best to give both of us and Alexei proper care and respect. It's touching. Alright, I do have plan. Want to hear it? I want to hear it. Your answer loudly. She initially seemed to have her doubt about Alexei, but it doesn't look that way anymore. He looks like the usual sociable Yoru. I haven't had a complicated conversation with Yoru ever since the night we went to dispose of Clara's dead body. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. As I space out, Alexei cleared his throat to start speaking. I concentrate my scattered focus into one point and listen closely to what Alexei has to say. First of all, from what I heard from Anya, there's a huge oversight in your lady's plan. The part where you're going somewhere without knowing where. That's no good. You're basically lowering your own chances of success. We don't know where we're going. What do you expect us to do? We don't have map or GPS, so we figure our only option was to go aimlessly. Pacifica answered with the tone of someone asked to add two digits number. Yes, this is it. The reassuring feeling that Pacifica give off. Just being in her presence makes me feel twice as powerful. Oh, really? Alexei grins, stick out his index finger and point up. We all look at the ceiling. It's high up and has fancy light, which makes me think, wow, it's really a nice house. But that's it. I don't get what we are supposed to be looking at. My thinking is that before you look outward, you should look upwards. Pacifica gaps. Still don't get it. Maybe I'm not concentrating hard enough. Well, we'll launch a rocket. It's true that we have no maps nor satellites to rely on in this town. Radio waves are also a non-starter in that case. We just have to make a map of our own. We launch a rocket, get a bird's eye view. Once we know the surrounding terrain and distance, that's when we can finally stand the starting line. Wow, I'm easily impressed, but I really do think it's impressive. It's got a point. We may have been a little too haphazard with our approach. Alexei's brain quickly noticed our plan's weak spot that was in our blind spot and gave a suggestion to rectify it. This might actually work. I'm honestly excited. But that's what you were thinking, huh? Without any change in her tone at all, Alice must have been expecting some sort of reaction too, as she just mumbled yeah in response. Meanwhile, hearing Pacific's voice sent my inner monologue into overdrive. Building a rocket would be difficult, wouldn't it? But then again, they did manage to build a robot, kinda. It's a good plan, I would say. The air of tension instantly dissipates, and I realize that I've forgotten to breathe. Looks like Anya's the same way as I can see her shoulder move. We take a deep breath. There's no way a plan can fail if Alex is studied up and Pacific has given her approval. At least, that's what I think. I'm sure Anya approved that plan too. But let's just leave one person. Hey, what's with that look, Sayoko? It's a rocket we are talking about. Rockets are cool. They are. So unless they don't explode fast. Well, you know what they say. Toast land motorcycle. So you gotta make sure the toast doesn't fall. I just did that this morning. Oh yeah, that was a huge explosion, huh? Hey, stop jinxing it. We are all anonymously in favor of Alex's plan, but he says we need to regroup at a later date after he works out the finer details. I have no real reason to refuse, so we accept his proposal. He then pretty much kicks us out, but it doesn't feel bad at all. As for why, there's a cafe we'd like to go to, but let's hold our next meeting over there. I've never been to a cafe before. Just come with us and check it out. We need to learn more about each other. Okay, I suppose you're right. It's probably because I get to hear the conversation as we leave the house since I'm at the back of the line. Masih panjang, Cok. Kenapa udah keburu ini? Udah keburu. When I speak up, Alex quietly offered me a seat, acting as if he knew I wanted to talk. I tell him that I want to keep it short. In response, he asked me what. Are you sure about this? Obviously. I'm referring to how life Alex was trying to bring into this world came to an abrupt end. In the end, she couldn't use the body you worked so hard to create. If you broke the body she did end up using. Now she's gone. I think we failed you. I didn't expect you to help. If you do think we failed and are still helping us out of sense of obligation then. Why so negative, Flo? Who are you? Me? Alexei laughed out loud. After saying that, I'd rather not listen to his guffawing for another second, so I pressed him continue. Please don't mock me, I wanted to be helpful in the end. Well, yeah, I definitely had regrets when I had my lower half blown off, for one. I regret asking you ladies for help. Do you remember what happened back then? How Anya looked after you? A little bit. You were there too, weren't you? Honestly, my memory is a little hazy. Did I say something strange? No, not really. Please continue. I woke up at the garbage dump. Yeah, that's not actually that a big deal. Huh? Easy peasy. Then I went home. There was evidence that someone used my workshop. I knew right away that it was your roommate. Well, yeah. That's when I did a system check and found a letter from her hidden somewhere in the server. That's when I knew the experiment was a success. I don't know if I should ask, but what did the letter say? I'll just say, oh, it's nothing. Really, before continuing to tell me anyway. He said, obviously, don't even think of trying to make another me. That should go without saying. Oh, that's nice. The last thing she told me was that I was dumb. So that sounds like a believable letter. That's it. I feel like she's She has got a surprising amount of love for Alexei. At least, that's the impression I got from what little time I spent with her. Nice. Alexei looked at me with his eyes popped wide open. Sorry, and as I stumbled with my words, his face started to wrap in ecstasy. I want to get out of here. I guess he really is a dreadful person after all. Moy. That was incredibly moy, you know. I'm glad you came. That's a word from your home country, right? She started with obviously and ended up that she would go without saying. Really re-emphasizing her point, you know. That's a cliche among advanced AI heroines, but that's what makes them so classic, you know. You really do need counseling soon. This is what a moe means, right? It's gotta be. I want in your face, suckers. Who did you win against exactly? Exactly every otaku who has ever dreamed of romance with artificial intelligence. What the fuck? Congratulations. This is what the world was meant for. Wah, wibu freak aja. Dokter wibu freak aja. Was it really romance though? Maybe it was familiar love or something, but then again, I can just imagine yours. What men perceive as romance isn't necessarily romance, while giving me a thumbs up. See, makes sense. Are you going to remake her once things have cooled down? What kind of jerk will see something like that and have the gall to think they could make a sequel? I let out a small sigh of relief. Alex's motivation may be beyond my grasp, but at least it's not completely unreasonable. What I gained and lost here was both life and death. I was able to create both. I may have been excommunicated by the church, but it looks like I've been spared by God for now. Despite his triumph and words, Alex's face quickly darkens. I thought he had long since stopped caring about reproducing God's word. To create life is to have ambition for the future. To create death is to obtain a certain sort of repose. As I create her, I thought I could help out Ghost in that regard. I was conceited. Yes, he did indeed mention that when he was creating her. But now that I've lost her, I realize the death is sad. I can't even see her again. I can't ever reclaim her. I can't even thank her for all she has done. It makes me want to a hero. But I'm not enough pain to actually die. We're not designed poorly enough that we will just die because of that. Oh, but then again, we don't die for any reason, to be honest. I think about her before I sleep, even though I know I can't sleep when I think about her. When I finally do go to sleep, I dream of her, and each time I wake up, I feel despair. Somehow, I just know that this will continue forever. Alex, they're truly grieving. It's disorienting how much it feels like someone actually died. I feel like I've lost someone close to me once in the far distant past too. No idea who or when that was. But I just got the feeling. Can't figure it out. But Alex turned around and sit at his desk, but he doesn't touch his keyboard or mouse. His chair creaks and then he cries. Despite getting beaten to death literally and emotionally, I'm glad I got to meet her. I feel that something like this has happened before. I'm just guessing here as a woman just like her, but I'm pretty sure I did something similar back then too. Just like she was special to you, I feel like you were special to her too. I'm sure she was glad she got to meet you. Or maybe I wanted to but couldn't. Honestly, I wanted to talk with her again too, and she felt like it, that is. I don't think there's any need for me to say that though. I leave it as a mental note. I should get going already. I head back to my friend with sound of Alex's sob at my back once I get to the entrance. Ayako, you really are such a good girl. Huh? Pacifista embraced me with tears welling in her eyes. What you say was so touching, Sayoko, so tear-jerking. What is your secret to delivering such iconic lines? Do you take notes or something? Anya gave me a round of applause. Alex said it was romance, but that man perceived as romance isn't necessarily romance, you know? You already said that. This conversation getting out of hand. I slip out of Pacifica's arm and kick open the front door and rush outside. Okay, let's go home already. Everyone turns around and starts running their mouth as they run after me. I'm not comfortable leading the group, so I let Pacifica take the lead. Stop in my tracks, close my eyes and take a deep breath. The pitch black world spreading out behind my eyelids remind me of the specter of death looming around Alex's house. I feel that what Alex experienced was only one side of death. In death, there's those who are dearly departed, and those who departed hold dear. Alex is the latter. In fact, as long as he is a ghost, he can never truly become the former. The same goes for me. I think about the other side of death, the side I can never reach. But what if I could? Could have been shot to death when I went to go save you, blown to bits in the car explosion when we tried to leave town, or impaled through the head by a ranger spider. Any of those things would have been the end for me. I would haven't been able to save anyone, but I wouldn't have to suffer anymore. Nothing could threaten me anymore. I can feel the darken behind my eyelids sink into my heart. I've been caught in the lure of death and cannot escape its grasp. Death is all too peaceful. Someone who cannot die. The lure of death is behind children. Could it be what I want? Ayoko. A thunder of worms slammed into me, almost causing me to tumble. Oh, I stumbled back a few steps. I opened my eyes to find Yoru. What's wrong, Sayoko? Let's go home. Saying that, she held my hand. It's not warm at all. Her hand is as cold as mine. It's cold outside after all. 3 meters behind Yoru stand Pacifica and Anya, my precious friend, smiling at me. I smile back. I'm a little sleepy and hungry. We laugh. Yoru pulls me by the hand as we leap into ladder. Death is an attractive concept to me. The peacefulness of death grabbed my attention and won't let go. But I don't think I'm in any rush to die. I forgot everything I have to cherish. That's just naturally how I feel. That's how I feel despite everything that I am. I really do feel that way. I'm happy that I can feel that way. I wish that I could feel this way forever. I wish. That's now my dream. In my dreams, I can get out. In my dreams, I can fit in. Hah? Anjir. Resmi tamat boy. Bentar, taruh di Discord. Masih banyak misterinya, Cok. Gara-gara season 1 ya. Tomat. Anjir. Aku suka banget sih tipe-tipe gini karena ini kayak komik banget, kayak meme atau komik gitu. dan enjoyable gitu. Terus art style ini kayak ceria-ceria gitu kan, kayak enak dilihat lagi. Ini karena lagi kredit sini, aku kasih rating deh. Ini story aku suka banget sih. Tapi nanggung gitu karena baru season 1, cok. Kita tidak diberikan jawaban apa itu yang di akhir-akhir yang di setiap episode. Kita masih nunggu season 2-nya, cok. Kalau story aku suka sih. Mungkin story aku bisa kasih rating 4,7/5, cok. Kalau art style aku suka banget, 4,5/5. Terus dari musiknya juga aku suka banget, 4/5. Cuman kalau gameplay ya visual novel dari 5 lah ya, nggak usah di rating. Klik doang, mau dikasih 1 juga silahkan, gak ada yang peduli. Visual novel untuk price to gameplay. Kalau bisa sih tunggu diskon lebih murah lagi sih, bakal worth it banget dibeli. Segini harga masih, kalau kalian pengen banget silahkan. Cuman harganya masih tergolong, mungkin karena aku jarang beli game AAA ya. Kalau bisa lebih murah lagi, kayak di 90, ya 90 udah worth it banget. Soalnya ini lama story-nya. Versi Switch. Terus terakhir update kalau nggak salah ini deh. Tapi masih ada lanjutan nih. Tuh. Sorry. Fast forward deh. Coba kredit sini kita cepetin. Ada sesuatu nih, jangan nih. It's been a long journey, but who would have thought we'll get this far? The train started in a land far, far away, heading even further. But all journey must come to an end. I sit by myself in a small seat and clench my fists. I'll see you soon. Inside the train, the clattering of railroad eyes gets suddenly drowned out by an announcement. The announcement: the train will soon arrive at the next station, the terminal. I make sure I've got my single travel bag as I look out the window. The setting sun seemed to weigh down the horizon that as I spot a long sprawling fence that almost looked like a solid wall. I've heard many times before that this town was surrounded by a fence, so I already knew about it. It's on the other side of that fence. Just thinking about it makes my heart feel like it's on fire. I've had to sacrifice so many things in order to come here, but that just makes the journey all more valuable. I feel like the whole world was existed solely to lead up to this day. Nothing those thought as I watch the town's perimeter fence slowly approach. It's dark by the time I get out of the station. A cold breeze blows, and I suddenly want to go home. This is a ghost town. It's certainly lonely enough to have earned that name. Despite my reluctance, I quickly remember why I came here. To fulfill A wish? Ooh, it's a promise I have to keep. I whisper to myself, come to see you. Eh? Wow, ini harus kita screenshot sih. Wow, Ghostpia. Akhirnya kita resmi menamatkan Ghostpia, men. Bagus sih, bagus banget. Bagus banget. Dan kalau ada keluar season 2-nya bakal aku beli sih pastinya. Tapi karena story-nya bagus gini, aku jadi penasaran sama gamenya yang buatan mereka sebelumnya. Soalnya harga termasuk mahal. Di harga yang sama sih, cepet juga sih. Ya mungkin next lah kita beli game mereka. Karena aku suka story-nya mereka sih. Ya berarti harusnya story buatan mereka yang ini bakal aku suka juga. Kemungkinan besar. Bukan pasti, kemungkinan besar. Kalau yang ini apa? Ini menarik juga. Oh, buatan game mereka banyak ya. Nih, nih. Unreal Life. Ini buatannya mereka juga nih. Satu pembuat sama si Ako Live kan dia yang bikin. Itu Ghostpia. Top seller mereka apa? Mind hacking ya? Unreal Life-nya sih aku cukup penasaran. Oh, oh. Ini developer developer Jepang ya? Kosuido. 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 Apa ini? This, oh. Follow. Nanti kita buat postingan reviewnya. Ya, kita bakal sampai sini. Ada Nepu, ada VDT, ada Bagis, ada Senpapi, ada Kevin, ada Lord, ada Om Aldo, ada Om Heli, ada Tante Badut, ada Bro XK, ada Bro Zeva, ada Om Heli, ada Bro Wipiu, terus ada yang metik udasa, terus juga ada mungkin ada yang nonton tapi nggak live chat, terus ada VDT, ada yang baru kebangun Senpapi, terus juga ada ya mungkin ada yang nonton tapi nggak live chat, contohnya mungkin Pau Pau dan siapa namanya ANS ya. Terus ada dongo. Kayak kita bakalan sampai sini aja. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next stream. Bye bye. Bye bye.